I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party peoples? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning. What's good? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. I'm your man, Uncle Freezie. It's good to be with you. What's good? What's good? Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning. Salute, 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 salute. Hey, everybody. How we going to get started this morning? Y'all want me to just start off talking about Luka? Y'all want me to start off just talking about Luka Doncic? Y'all just start off talking about Luka? Or do you want me to start with the morning roll call? Let's go. Who ready? Who ready for that morning roll call? If you ready for that morning roll call, I need to see some thumbs up in the chat. If you ready for the morning roll call, I need to see some thumbs up in the chat. I need y'all to get y'all energy up. Today's show is going to be a special show. It's going to be a special show today. Got my main man, Jonathan Macri from Knicks Film School coming through. You know, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. We'll have our normal cast of characters coming through, as usual. Coming through to chop it up. Give their Knicks takes. You know, the people giving their Knicks takes. Mostly making me laugh. Y'all know how it is, bro. Y'all know how it is with Knicks fans and their Knicks takes. So we'll have some of that this morning. Let's get it. Also want to congratulate the winners of Blorange Tears swag from last night's show. Rick V. Rick V is a winner of some Blorange Tears swag, and also congratulations to Julian Blum for winning some Blorange Tears swag last night on the Knicks at Night podcast. Right? And I tell you what, if we do the same today, if we get up, the Knicks at Night podcast is a little smaller. So at 75 likes last night, we gave away Knicks swag. Blorange Tears swag. So today, I'm sorry. If this live stream gets up to what we'll do is give away some Blorange Tears swag here as well. Y'all ready for the roll call? Who's ready for the roll call? Y'all ready for the roll call? Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God is in the building. What's good? Andrew College. What's good? I see you. Kane Jerry. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Frederick, what's good? I see you. Delano Steele, what's my man? What's good? What's good? Dripmore is in the building. South Brooklyn, what's good? Rafael Diaz, God of Moses and Elijah, what's good? What's good? What's good? I see you. Hey, New Jersey's finest Jermaine Royster is in the building. What's good? I see you. I see y'all. Rick V, what's good? Rick V is back, baby, with a vengeance. What's good? My brother, Woodshed 1914, what's good? Coming, peeking through the bushes. Woodshed peeking through the bushes, what's good? I see you, Woodshed. Woodshed, what's good? Why you ain't on, man? You know this your joint? Come on. Come on, bro. Don't be using life as no excuse. Man, you know, I'm busy, man. I got to work, man. You know, blah, blah, blah. Ain't no excuses, man, for Knicks fans. What's good? What's good? What's good? Was that Christian Fortune I saw? Christian Fortune is in the building. What's good? What's good? Kevin McLeod, Cornerstone Kev, what's good? Chop low, get low, get low. What's up, Chop? What's good? What's good? Let me throw my thing out here just real quick, man, so we can chop it up real quick. All right. So I put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat for my peoples. You know how it is on the Knicks Morning Drive, man. So Woodshed 1914 said, man, I'm coming on today, bro. Hey, so let me remind you. For today, man, if we get the joint up to 100 likes, I'm giving away Knicks swag. Right? I mean, I'm sorry. I keep saying Knicks. I'm sorry. It's not Knicks. Blorange Tears swag. Some Blorange Tears swag. It'll probably be some Knicks Morning Drive swag for you to enjoy. Compliments of Blorange Tears and the Blorange Tears contributors. Good morning. What's good, Cornerstone Kev?
What's top of the morning to you, my brother? You looking real fly today.
Top of the top.
Top of the top. Trying to look like Abraham Lincoln with no mustache and everything.
Right. Look at that. I got called babyface last night.
Yeah, man.
I'll take that.
Absolutely.
Hey,
So,
look at babyface Freezie. Hey, I'll take that.
Looking fly, man. Yo, so I had to bust out this one, the original Knicks Signia, before we had the whole logo change back in the early 90s and everything. So I'm rocking this right here.
This is an original.
Yes, this is original. And it may look a little dusty and everything, but that's because I haven't worn it in a while. So, so there you go. So how you doing, man?
Man, I'm fantastic, bro.
Great, man. Great.
I'm fantastic. It's gonna be a great show this morning.
Yeah,
man. I'm excited. I got my main man, Jonathan Macri from Knicks Film School coming through.
Yes, sir.
Just to chop it up, man.
Yes,
I love talking to him, man.
Macri represents us. It's finally a person that's now in the media room talking with Tibbs and the rest of the players, talking for us.
Right.
So all those questions he's asking, those are questions, not only just for him, but for us. No agenda or anything. He wants to have the pulse of us when he's asking those questions. And I say, God bless him, man.
Right.
I say, God bless him, because there's nobody. I mean, they're Knicks podcast and everything, but he is the foot. Hey, what's up, Free Keith?
Yo! What's good, boss?
What it do?
All I'm going to say is this. I'm still laughing. still laughing, bro. I'm still laughing.
Yo, that was fun. It was fun.
I'm still laughing, bro. I gotta send you this joint, bro. You gotta. Hey.
Yo, if we get that energy every night, yo, like I definitely think we got something to build on.
Yes, and so for the reference, for the reference, Free Keith and I are talking about Knicks freestyle. It's hilarious, man, because every time I go to watch it, like, because I got a cold, right? I have a cold, right?
Oh, okay.
So I'm sniffing, coughing, hacking, and I watch the joint, and it make me laugh, and it start me on these coughing attacks, man. I'm like, I gotta go outside because it's so nuanced, bro. When I say something stupid and ridiculous, Ghetto Intellect gives me this look, like, and you see it on camera, yo, and you freeze it, and so the three of us have like this weird chemistry, bro. It's crazy, man.
Chemistry is everything.
Chemistry is everything. Is everything, bro.
Everything. Yo, I'm excited for tonight, man, because I think we're gonna exact some revenge tonight. I really am. I really am. And I'm looking into the camera. If Reggie Bullock is looking at this is your mention. If you choose to accept it, which I know you will, contain. You won't be able to stop him, but contain Luka Doncic. Contain him. That's all I'm asking for. Contain him.
Bro, that is the most poorly put together. You have never seen. So I watched the Pelicans.
Yeah,
and you talking about a poorly put together roster? Like when you have two stars on the roster at the same time, all the other stuff shouldn't be as important, right? But New Orleans roster, their roster is so poorly put together, bro. It's ridiculous. It pales in comparison to what's happening with the Dallas Mavericks, right? You would think when you had names like Kristaps, Porziņģis on your roster, that as the supporting cast for Luka Doncic, that Luka Doncic wouldn't have to work as hard as he does every night just for the Mavericks to be competitive. But he does.
Yeah. Which makes me think. He
ain't gonna stay there long term, bro. I'm telling you.
Was Porziņģis, when he was with us, was he actually that number one guy?
He's got number.
You didn't listen to Phil? You didn't listen to Phil and what Phil had to say about Porziņģis, though?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like Pat's had a lot to say about like how bad Phil was. But like if they really listened to what Phil said about Melo, what Phil said about KP, like the dude was prophetic.
Right. All of it was right.
He said that he couldn't be the number one.
Right. Not long term.
He said that he was going to have lower body issues.
Yeah.
He said that specifically.
Yep. Right.
Before any of this occurred. He said it would be too heavy for him to carry the team, any team by himself.
Okay, Free Keith, I'm gonna put you on the spot. If that's the case, then why do we draft him?
You don't just draft somebody because they're not number like he's a number two. He's a very good number two.
You know what?
Like
scratch that question off. You're right. You're absolutely right.
You don't only draft number ones, like
right. Yeah, I guess what I'm saying. I guess what I'm saying is, because he was. Kristaps was top 4. The only player in that draft that maybe could have made an argument that he probably should have went number 4, but we didn't know till later on how good this player was Devin Booker. That was it.
Yeah, no, definitely, and really for argument's sake, I definitely still kind of like. Yeah, Devin Booker is great. I'd rather have Devin Booker, but as talent, you can't be mad if anybody chose either one. Like right. I feel like I know we want to hate KP because you know what I'm saying he's the enemy, but yo, he doing work out there.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about KP. When he first got drafted, he said he wanted to be here, that he was going to turn those boos to cheers.
Man, he did. Players say that.
Wait. But for a while, he was right. But I think outside influence, a la his brother, a la his, his brother, and I don't know who else was in his quote unquote inner circle.
Y'all,
You know,
we all love Melo, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We all love Melo, and we all think that Melo was like he was a really good player, like one of the best players that we've had in the last 20 years, right?
Right.
Unfortunate circumstances around how he got here, blah, blah, blah. I think not only Luka, what's his brother's name?
Giannis.
Not only Giannis, but I also feel like KP was made to feel too much beyond himself by his Melo mentorship as well.
Okay. I can roll with that. I could. That's a good thought.
I don't know if I agree with that, bro.
Why?
Right. And so here's the thing. Let me do this real quick.
Okay.
Let me do this real quick. So if you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel. I gotta keep. I forget. You know what? I forget to do that, y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta start doing.
Hey!
Don't leave before smashing that like button either.
You're right. And so Hoodie Kev, I'm not Hoodie Kev. Calling Stone Kev. I ain't talking to you, bro, because I know you subscribe. What I'm saying is I'm talking to the family. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's like a family reunion. You can't come empty-handed. You coming to eat, bro, you gotta bring something too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. We got 41 watches. We only have 22 likes, so let's get those likes up.
Right, and so what I'm saying is make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, share on your social media platforms in order to continue to grow the family. Because what we want to do is continue to grow this family, so that more people can experience, or can experience the Blorange Tears experience, because the Blorange Tears family is different from other channels where it's not just one expert talking to, talking to people, talking to fans. This right here is a family, right? It's a family. We all participate in the growth of the channel, whether it's by doing shows, by branding, by editing. So we all participate and use our talents to put forth a better product for people that come through. You know what I'm saying? So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Peace to the people that's watching on Periscope. I see y'all too. The people on Periscope. Hey, shout out to the people that's watching via Periscope, not just YouTube. Don't want to leave y'all out. And
too many programs. I never heard of Periscope. Too many programs.
Right. And then peace also to those that are watching on replay. So don't forget. So we're not forgetting about the people that's watching on replay. Shout out to y'all as well. Make sure that y'all comment in the comment section.
And the cats that are watching and lurking and not saying nothing.
Yeah, we see y'all and appreciate y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're not an active participant, don't mean that we don't appreciate the love that you showing us from where you are as well. We put forth the product because we felt like there wasn't a product out here for us. You know what I'm saying? And now we have it.
Now we have it.
Oh, bam!
Now we have it.
So again, just one quick thing before one quick thing, real quick. If we get this video to 100, the live stream to 100 likes while we on the air, I'm giving away Knicks Morning Drive swag to somebody. I'm gonna ask a random person to pick a random name because I don't want to be in the choosing process, the picking process. I just want to give away the stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we get up to 100 likes before we end the live stream. We're gonna give away some Knicks Morning Drive swag.
Hey, I got some.
You might get me a hat or something.
Yeah, man. I got swag. So when I
get me a hat or something.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you.
So when I'm down in Orlando, man, I gotta rock your swag.
You gotta represent.
We
gotta represent for the family.
Absolutely.
It's like wearing your family reunion. It's like wearing your family reunion.
That's right. That's right. When I'm rolling up and they see that tear, they're like, what's that? I'm be like, yo, this
Yo,
man.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That Blorange Tears bucket is fire, bro.
Yeah.
The Blorange Tears bucket is fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Absolutely.
You know that's a favorite of mine.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah! Look who in the building. What's good?
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, what's going on, brothers? Kev, Freezie, what's good, man?
What's the good word?
man?
What's the good word?
Hey, the good word is this, man. A lot of people don't realize it. The Knicks got a good team. We got a good team.
A lot of people realize it, just not the fans. The fans don't realize it.
That's true. Listen, Keith, we 50 plus games in.
We 50 plus games around the league.
It's not a fluke. 50 plus games is not a fluke. Look, man. Let me tell you this, and this is what y'all know already, but I'm gonna say it. You know, I'm gonna preach sometimes. Listen, man.
Wood, when you come in, Wood, can you say hello to everybody first before you go off?
Hello to the chat. Hello to the panel. My prestigious Blorange Tears family, man. Love all you guys, man. Man, kind of doing my professor bag, man. But listen, Elfrid Payton was a first round pick. Reggie Bullock was a first round pick. RJ Barrett was a first round pick. Julius Randle was a first round pick.
Don't tell him.
Noel was a first round pick.
Derrick
Rose was a first round pick. Obi Toppin was a first round pick.
Those are supposed to be
was a first round pick.
Right.
Alec Burks was a first round pick. This team has talent. We lack one thing, and that's going to change. We lack star power. I promise you that's going to change soon.
Promise.
Absolutely.
I promise. Like when we played Minnesota, man, you can see the look in Cat's eyes like, damn, I wish I was over there.
Yes, yo.
Right.
Damn, I wish I was over there. We played the Wizards. We saw Bradley, Bill, Russell. You can see their eyes. Damn, I wish I was over there.
Right.
When that garden is packed, man, and we 20 piece in teams, man. Listen,
bro.
I bet you any kind of. I mean, we'll never figure this out, but like, I would bet you any kind of money if some of them cats that went to like the Nets and the Lakers knew we was going to be this we was going to be this good this season, we would have probably have different cats on the team right now.
And that's on them. That's on them.
Oh, facts. They want to believe. Now you turn yourself. You jump to the other side of the feast. Now you fool. That's it. Now you fooled. You was going to be part of the feasters, but now you fooled. That's it.
There he is.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
man.
Mac Daddy.
Mac, what's good?
Mac Daddy.
What's going on?
Hey,
bro. Let me.
You don't realize the following you have. You don't realize.
So let me do this real quick. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce our homeboy, a fan favorite of the show, Jonathan Macri from the Knicks Film School. So Mac does great work in following the Knicks. Make sure you check out. Make sure you follow the Knicks Film School. It's a collective of guys. It's not just Mac, but make sure you check out the Knicks Film School on social media, and make sure you subscribe to the Knicks Film School newsletter, and check out the Knicks Film School live stream after games. And
we got
the
a lot of stuff going on, right?
I have a lot. Y'all have a lot of stuff going on, man. But it's a service. Yeah, it's a service to the Knicks community. It's the reason why I follow. I checked out the Knicks Film School podcast when you had the former Major League pitcher on.
Oh yeah, Mike Bassick. He was great. He was awesome.
Oh yeah, he was great, bro. The dude was great. Hey, so when you jumped in just now, we were actually talking about roster construction, about how the Dallas Mavericks roster is a mess, and people don't realize it because Luka does all the heavy lifting and makes covers up a lot of blemishes that are on that roster. And you could say the same thing for the New Orleans Pelicans, where a team has Brandon Ingram and Zion, and they still can't win.
Y'all do things.
It's incredible.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mac. Go ahead.
No, I wanted to just shout out you guys. Like, it's nice to be able to come on here and actually see the faces of all the people that interact with on Twitter. Not as much as I like to because I'm a little bit busier these days. But like,
Really?
I'm actually holding my newborn right now because my wife's upstairs. There we go. Yeah, I'll give her a little face.
Yeah, let's get excited.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there she is.
Dude.
She is beautiful.
Where's the only next gear?
Bro,
She is beautiful.
the baby is
Congrats.
beautiful, man.
So I don't have the time. I don't have the time that I used to when I was before I had kids and all that. But I love all y'all and y'all keep me going seriously. And I appreciate you doing the show, man.
Hey, Macri, for me, the best time is after we have a win that you get your drink out and you drink it. It's the best time. You're like, hold on a second, and then you take a sip and everything. I'm like, go ahead.
Bro, I legit have a feeling that Cornerstone Kev is in Knicks heaven right now.
Absolutely, man.
Cornerstone Kev is in Knicks heaven right now.
Absolutely.
It's all pleasantries right now. Like we nice right now. Let's get down to business.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So I wanted to pose this thing to you, Matt, because Free Keith and I do this joint called Knicks Freestyle, where we take some Knicks topics from around the Knicks universe and just chop it up in a clinical environment. Now we have a little bit too much fun doing it, and you can tell on screen that we have too much fun doing it. But we tackle stuff like for instance, roster construction. Like we feel like the Knicks, in terms of roster construction, while we complain about it, our roster is constructed way better than most rosters around the league. Like you see a Dallas Mavericks, you feel like if you have a Luka, then you should probably be contending with the Denver Nuggets of the world and rosters like that, especially when you have a Porziņģis as a 2, right, on the roster.
I mean, if you to me, and I know this, not everybody agrees with me on this. The only young player that I can compare Luka to, I've only been watching basketball since '92, so I can't speak to a young Jordan. But like LeBron's the only guy that, as a second year, third year player, was arguably good enough at that point to, if you put the right team around him, win. Maybe not win the whole thing, but to at least take his team as far as pretty far. Obviously, he did it what was he, 22 with the Spurs, or when he faced off against the Spurs the first time. So to me, Luka's already at that level, because I think this might sound sacrilegious. I think Luka is better in his third year than LeBron was in his third year. So if you have no, but just because of the shooting, because LeBron, we waited. How long do we have to wait for the shooting to come around? We had to wait 5, 6
years.
7, 8
years.
Absolutely. You had to wait for the Miami Heat version of LeBron.
In terms of pure basketball skill, I would definitely agree with you. What LeBron had was superior genetics. Like he had genetics that you couldn't compromise, and that's what got him through for those first couple years.
Yes.
Like Luka is 100% skill. He's a slow player. He's not by any means fast. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's also out of shape. He was out of shape.
He's out of shape. Like he's definitely he's got like a junior dad bod. Like, and the dude, his game is 98% skill. 98% skill.
Can you imagine? And so I agree with you there, Matt. And then to your point though, the Cavaliers, LeBron's first run there, the first few years, Cleveland was bought. The entire region was bought into their savior, LeBron James. It was like manifest destiny for the Cavaliers because they remember the Trajan Langdon years, the Dewan Wagners, the Chris Mims. You remember?
Chris Mims. Yeah,
right. And
I remember Chris Mims.
Right, and so, so the fact that they got the number 1 pick, he was from their area. He was basically a Hall of Famer since he was 14 years old. Everybody knew that if everything went right, this kid was going to be potential to be a Hall of Famer. So Cleveland kind of bought.
But
Go ahead, man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, they bought in, but then they made the same mistakes I think sorry, the other way around. I think you could look at it and say that Dallas made the same mistakes that Cleveland did back then, because Cleveland went out and they made the Antoine Jameson trade. They tried to get Stoudemire, they couldn't get Stoudemire. They brought in Shaq. Like, I think the Mavs are going to look back on the KP trade as their version of like the move that set them back. And if they don't get all the way there, because he's not a number two, as Mike was telling me on the podcast today, he's not a number two. He's not good enough to be the second best player in a championship team, and they don't have the collective of players around. Like, I understood the Josh Richardson trade, but I'm sorry. I think Seth Curry is more valuable when you have a guy like Luka, to have a dude like Seth Curry around the. Now, can Seth Curry defend at the end of a Game 7 of a conference finals or a finals? Maybe that's why they moved him.
Right.
But but whatever. Like, Josh Richardson clearly wasn't the right piece. Tim Hardaway doesn't bring the consistency, as we all know.
As we know, yes.
As we know. We like Timmy for what he is, but he
just didn't deserve that contract. But that's another story. Keep going.
Right.
No, and they're gonna bring, and that's what was the craziest thing that Mike told me on the podcast, was that he thinks they're gonna bring Timmy back for like 4 years, $80 million, which is crazy.
$80 million?
Right. No. Hey, hold on. Hold on. Hey, Woodchat, we got some feedback coming through from you.
Try to mute yourself. I think that's you. Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
So I mean, that was his guess. He's not like reporting that, but he said it wouldn't surprise him, because apparently he's Cuban's guy and the whole thing. But like, and I'm not saying that like you can't win if you're paying Porziņģis the contract you're paying him now, because we've obviously seen teams figure out a way to get a third max or close to max player in the door. But because they because they traded away those draft picks, they're so, and Kevin O'Connor wrote about this a few months ago, they're hamstrung in the amount of in the types of trades that they can make. They're like, how are they going to build out the team from here? And it's going to probably require waiting for Porziņģis to have a good run, and this can't happen until next season, and then flipping Porziņģis and whatever picks they could flip with Porziņģis, and maybe if who's the kid they got from the Stanford kid, the shooter, maybe Tyrell Terry turns into something, whatever it is, and try to flip a package for a real number two. But then you're probably going to be left without a lot of depth. So, like, long story short, I think they may have screwed themselves in terms of like building a championship core. Luka, if you give Luka an average roster, he'll probably get you to a conference finals or two. I just think that highly of him. He's so good.
Macri, let me ask you this: If Dallas didn't make the trade when Luka before the draft with Atlanta, do you think Luka would have the same success in Atlanta? What do you think?
I mean, I'm trying to go back to who. So at that time, I mean, is there anybody? I don't even think there's anybody left from. I mean, they were basically starting from scratch, if I recall correctly. The Hawks at that time, they didn't have any. Was Dwight Howard? Did they have to get rid of the Dwight Howard contract? The years are running together in my mind.
Free Keith, do you remember? I don't know.
I can't remember when.
I can't remember.
I mean, I don't know if it was that time or after the Dwight Howard.
Are you asking if he would have made the same impact regardless what city he would have played in?
Yeah, something like well, not so much that, because we know Atlanta was,
if
Atlanta's Atlanta, but Dallas, because Dallas had the coach in Carlisle, pretty much, so there was some credibility right there. Atlanta really didn't have,
Atlanta was trading for the extra assets that came in that deal as well. Like, so
they were looking to build in Golden State at the time.
They were coming from the bottom.
I think they're also. I remember, and maybe this has been buried intentionally. Maybe there's not much to it, but I remember when that trade was made, there was some my favorite word, scuttlebutt, around the ownership putting a little pressure on Schlenk to make that trade because they thought Trae Young would get fannies in the seats, and that's always obviously been an issue in that market. That said, I mean, I think Schlenk's decent GM. I don't love what they did this summer in terms of the amount of money. Like the Gallo contract. I'm sorry, the Gallo contract's terrible, and I love Gallo. Right? He's
Yes,
but
I agree.
no, but like you're paying $20 million a year for a guy who he does one thing. He does it really well. He's tall and he shoots threes, but that's not a $20 million a
That's
year
it.
player at that age. And we see, and he's injured.
Yes.
Again, you want to talk about a guy who's injury prone? Go back throughout his career. So the Bogey contract I was cool with, but like the Rondo signing obviously was a disaster. I didn't love the Capella trade at all. I understand Capella's been really good for them this year, but I don't think you spend that kind of money on a center who's not top 5-6 center in the league. So anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
No, but long story short, I think Luka would have had a chance to be successful anywhere he would have gone. But am I in love with the Atlanta situation, like how they run their team? Not personally, no.
But so many fans want us to emulate Atlanta. Like so many fans like are enamored with what Atlanta has done with their core, and like that's what we should have done in terms of our rebuilding process. I'm not a fan.
I don't care. I'm not a fan either.
See it as being like I feel like our team as constructed right now is better than Atlanta.
I agree. I
mean, who would you rather have? Would you rather have, I'm not saying Alec Burks is a better player than Bogdanovich. I mean, Bogey is awesome. Or I may have gotten the Bogdanovich just confused. Whatever. The Bogdanovich is in Atlanta.
One of the bitches.
One letter difference between him and the one. There you go. But I'm not saying Burks is a better player, but I'd sure as hell rather have Alec Burks for 1 year and $6 million than I would Bogey for 4 years and $80-something million.
Yes.
And I'm not even saying that Bogey isn't an asset on that contract. I think he is. I think you could argue that he is an asset on that contract, but like he's not an asset to the point where some team is going to be like, we need to get that dude on that salary. He doesn't become a real chip. He becomes a piece you can move in a trade. Right. But I think like that's why I love the conversation about roster construction, because there's the notion of signing a guy to a contract that you're not going to be able to move. There's a notion of signing a guy to a contract that you can move if you need to. And then there's the notion of signing a guy to a contract that the moment you sign it is going to be a value contract. Right. And I think we could have some discussions about whether or not the Knicks would have been able to sign movable contracts last summer. I don't necessarily know that that's true because, again, the Bogey situation, you were dealing with restricted free agency and he had voice in where he was going to go. But there were definitely no opportunities for them to sign a player to a long-term contract that was going to be a value contract. And that's why I'm personally have all year been comfortable with what they wound up doing last summer. But that's just me. I know I might be in the minority.
I'm actually with you on that. Like, if we're speaking about Leon, like I actually think I am a fan of the direction that he took towards the signings that we had coming into this season. I feel like they're all looking like upside contracts now.
Yeah,
right.
Burks is a super value, I think, for what we're getting from him and what we stop. Like, he's a super value.
And you have to resign for his contribution. You have to resign him too.
Bullock has been on a rookie scale deal for like this is his second year of that, and people are kicking his back in like, oh, like play Knox. Like Knox gets more money than him, and he's not as good.
Reggie Bullock is, man. I think he's the unsung hero of this season because the fact that Tibbs is able to throw him on the other team's best wing. Because again, I feel like people, yes, I love how RJ Barrett has progressed as a defensive player. He's a hell of a lot better than he was last year, and I think he's good. I think he's above average now. There's the ball watching moments that he could still commit the occasional foul. That's not ideal, but just more than anything, he doesn't have to expend the energy on the defensive end guarding the other team's best wing. Reggie could do that, and RJ can expend more energy on offense, where I think we'd like to see him maybe do even a little bit more playmaking than he's doing. But I'm comfortable with the balance as it is right now.
Right. The role that he's playing, I am perfectly fine. I am perfectly fine with Reggie.
So I wanted to just throw something out there too, just real quick, because I hadn't heard contributors in the Knicks universe address it. I believe the roster is currently constructed is a perfect fit for Tibbs, what Tibbs wants to do.
Yeah.
And generally, it's hard for a front office and a excuse me, a front office and a coaching. Man, I'm getting emotional.
Yeah,
Emotional.
Lay off the weed, man. You gotta lay
Yeah, I know, man. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying, but so I think it's tough for a first year front office and a first year coaching staff to be on the front page, on the same page in its first year. In its first year, it's tough to do that because ideally they think along the same lines. Because if they didn't, the front office would not have hired the coach. But once the bullets start flying, you see the coaching staff morphs into something else based on in-game adjustments and things that are presented to them during the season. So it's hard for a first-year front office and a coaching staff to be on the same page. But what I will tell you is this. In a clinical setting, Thibodeau is getting every ounce of juice from every squeeze. Every squeeze that he takes, he's getting every ounce of juice from it, right?
So
and,
I think
this is without momentum. Things like fans and 20,000 fans in the stands rooting your team on when they're down by 2 in a close game. You know what I'm saying?
I think what we've learned about Thibodeau now that we have 3, well, really it's 4 sample sizes worth of evidence, because I think if you go back to his days as an assistant in Boston and hear some of the things that some of those players said about him then and have said about him in retrospect.
He was there for that tip.
Yeah, he was, and not only that, he was there for it. I think there have been some quotes on record about how maybe more from Doc than the players, but like it's clear the impact that he had on that team and that organization at that time. Obviously, Kevin Garnett being traded there had a bit of an impact too. But I think that helped a little bit. But I think we now know that the one possible fly in the ointment for Tibbs is if his most talented players don't buy in fully. And, I still don't think we have the full story on the Karl Anthony Towns relationship experience situation, whatever.
Let's do it.
I don't know it. No,
I don't. Pull it out.
Listen, I don't know what I would I'll just lean on I'll just lean on what John Krasinski told me in an interview when Tibbs was hired, and he still covers the Timberwolves, and he's as in locked in with that team as anybody. Like he said to me, their relationship was not as bad as it seemed, and he also I think implied that like maybe Cat has learned a little bit since then. But the point is, at the time, like Tibbs did not get, like he was like, come on guys, let's and he didn't get what he needed. Whereas here with Randle, look, we saw Randle last year. He's not a culture setter by himself if you don't put the piece, and if it's not the whole situation that he needs. Some of that was on him, some of that was on Fizz, some of that was on the shit show behind the scenes. Some of that was on a lot of things had to do with that. But we've learned this year that if you put Julius Randle in a situation and you give him a Tom Thibodeau as his coach, he could be a guy who's going to help steer the ship in the right way. Credit to RJ at 20 years old for also being a guy who takes his business seriously. Like, you have to say it. And then all the other pieces, like the ties, the Reggies. I think Derrick Rose being there is incredibly important. We can have our qualms about Derrick Rose and the things he maybe is not perfect at this stage of his career, but that man, I've said this recently, he engenders respect in that locker room because all these kids grew up watching him, obviously, and I think he goes about business in the proper way, and they know he's about the right things. So you put all that together, you Tibbs at core. He's going to get the most out of them. And then just as pertains to what you were saying about the front office and the coach, look, Are there? I believe the article. Yaron Weissman's an amazing reporter. I believe every word of the article that came out, whatever it was, a month or so ago, about there being differences of opinion sometimes. However, two things on that. One, the trust factor between all of these parties that have known each other not for years but for decades.
Right.
Leon, Wes, Tibbs, like these guys go back.
That's
Right.
important.
And maybe Brock Aller, who's a big part of the front office, maybe he doesn't go back as far with Tibbs, but he goes back far with Leon and he goes back far with Wes. So, and this is what a great manager, and that's what Leon is being here. He's being a
Right.
great manager of people, a great manager. We've all worked our entire lives. We've been in jobs where the managers did a shitty job of getting the most out of the people. It doesn't matter what job it is. If
Right.
you need a manager who's going to get the people on the same page, because you're never going to have people that all agree with each other. You're always going to have
right.
disparate opinions. It's about making people feel valued and making people feel heard. And I believe to my core that is the case here with the Knicks, in that Leon Rose, look, Tibbs knows he's not getting everything he wants. He never thought he was getting everything he wants. He said it from his first interviews. I just want my voice to be heard. And guess what?
Right.
When they went out and they got Derrick Rose, that was a message to Tibbs. We hear you, all right? We hear your voice. And the fact that the last thing I'll say is it also is compromising because, it's about compromising because Tibbs continues to play Obi Toppin, whatever it is, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes a game. Is that in the best interest of this Knicks team this year?
No.
Almost certainly not.
Right.
But it's about the bigger picture, and it's about getting Tibbs to be on board with the bigger picture. And that's why for everybody who said, oh, Tibbs, he's going to bury the young guys. He's not going to – look, is it perfect? Is it in a different organizational structure? If you put this roster in a different organization with a different infrastructure and different everything, might Kevin Knox be getting more minutes? Maybe. But, I'm a Knicks fan. I've been waiting 2 decades for this. No, but seriously, people cry about Kevin Knox not getting minutes as if we are burying Luka Doncic on the bench.
Right.
I'm not.
Right.
Am I saying that Kevin Knox isn't maybe an NBA player? I think he still is an NBA player. I think he still probably help you. But what are we talking about here? We're not talking about burying the future of the franchise. There are gradients in this, and this stuff isn't black and white. I'm sorry, it's not. There's not like, oh, they're doing the wrong thing by burying Kevin Knox because he's 21. Come on, just let's open our eyes and just at least have an honest conversation about what's happening. You may not love it, but it is what it is.
So White Falcon 44, thank you for looking out for the cookout. He says Cat and Levine and NYK, aren't they boys?
I think they probably still are.
They probably they may be. You never just because you play basketball in the same city or in the same roster doesn't mean that you're besties. I feel like that. I don't know if Cat and and to be honest with you, I don't know if that's a recipe for a winning formula. And I say that to say this. That I want to go back to the Minnesota thing that you mentioned, the contributor from the Timberwolves. My belief, and I may be wrong because I don't know. I don't have access to Timberwolves talk, right? But my belief is when you have 3 or 4 guys that are top 5 picks, you shouldn't be a losing franchise, bro.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because every year you get the pick of the litter, and at some point this stuff has to gel, or you have to consider the direction. You have to question the decision makers.
Well, it's organizationally too, though. And Andrew Wiggins said that his press conference a month or 2 ago when they played the Wolves spoke 1,000 words when he spoke about that there's more organization here and there's I forget the exact words he used, but he was clear that but he said the one exception when Tibbs was there, we had direction and we had a plan.
And they had the playoff.
Right.
Well, that too, yeah.
And that's been my contention or my argument against Karl Anthony Towns. It's like the one star player that of all the star players that Tibbs has worked with, the only one who's had any pushback is Karl Anthony Towns. For as much as fans talk about like, oh, Tibbs works his main guys into the ground, he overplays players. Those same players swear by Tibbs.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose. People are like, oh, he ruined Derrick Rose. That's Derrick Rose's best friend in the league.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Jimmy Bucket swears by Tibbs. Like these players that we actually like, we hold him high, except Karl Anthony Towns. And I feel like that says something. My personal, like, I appreciate Karl Anthony Towns' talent. I think it's
undeniable.
It's undeniable to say this, but as a sportsman, I question the other part. I question that inner part where talent meets heart that you need in the biggest of moments.
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody like Karl Anthony Towns might be setting us up for a Charles Smith moment, and that traumatized me, bro.
Bro, if you say Charles Smith name one more time, bro, I swear.
I'm not saying their talent levels are the same.
Well,
I'm saying the moment, being able to rise to that one specific moment when it's on you and it's the largest moment and your heart doesn't meet it.
Right. Okay.
Well, we've seen instances in the past, and look, I don't. Dirk Nowitzki was looked at over different courses of his career, early portions of his career, as not mentally weak, but not necessarily always coming up huge in the clutch. And I think after he won the championship, I think he was maybe more open about how, or maybe it was after he won the MVP coming into the next season, he was open about how he needed to go back to Germany and spend the summer in Germany and like sort some stuff out for himself mentally and whatnot. And then he came back and he had one of the great postseason runs of all time, and nobody's ever going to be able to say that dude's not a clutch player ever again.
Right.
LeBron James, maybe the greatest player of all time, not quite looked at as a guy. Now, granted, he still had 20 whatever straight points against the Pistons at the 22 years of age, so we knew he could do it, but at the same time, he faltered mentally. I think Towns is more tenuous of a in terms of mental and like the whatever, your guts, your insides when it comes to basketball.
The intangible stuff.
Yeah, the intangible. I'm far more tenuous than either of those guys ever were, and I hope that goes without saying. So maybe it's a bridge too far to get him to a point where he could be the most talented player on a title team.
Right.
But my goodness,
I don't want him anywhere near the number one option. Like he man, the spirit. I question the spirit of a team that has Karl Anthony Towns as the number one option.
Boy, you better have some kind of infrastructure around him. I don't even know what it would take. I don't even know what it would take. I don't even know if it's possible.
Because it's not working in Minnesota, and it's the exact example.
No, but
he's got talent he's had talent around him.
But in a poor situation, it's a bad organization, and Tibbs rushed it, and we saw what happened because he rushed it, and it wasn't ready. But like, if you bring him into an environment where you're insulating him, that's a risk to take, to give up what it would take to get, if they ever made him available, which we don't.
I wouldn't cry, but I'd be very skeptical of a cat, like of unhauling a lot of people to pick up Cat.
So Free Keith, let me nuke the Timberwolves, right? How many organizations do you remember, can you recall, say within the past 10 years, have had the number of guys drafted number one overall on their roster? Like how many organizations? I mean, number one overall. I'm talking about Derrick Rose, Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards. How many organizations do you know that have had as many guys drafted number one in a franchise, right? And watch the level of non-success. It's like not even a, we had these guys and we had a good run. We just didn't reach our goal. No, bro. The Timberwolves had guys drafted number one overall in their draft. They had Anthony Bennett as well. Come on. I know Anthony Bennett was a bust, but my point is, guys drafted number one overall in an organization, right, And for them not even to be a playoff contender, bro, not even be a contender. Like their thing is, oh, we made the playoffs. Yay for us.
Not after this far in for Karl Anthony Towns, like this far in, like this many seasons in. Come on, like, and you were there. I understand, like Tibbs added some organization or this, that, and the other, but like he doesn't seem to be like I heard of like what is it? The rising tide, rise or
rising tide, raise all boats.
He doesn't help raise any of the other boats. Like he doesn't like how come his spirit?
I don't think it's Cat,
winning.
It's not Cat. It's not Cat because if Cat was in Miami, you'd see a different version of Karl Anthony Towns.
I don't. You know, is that fair to say? Is that fair to say? Because we saw Jimmy. Look, Jimmy Butler was younger when he was in Minnesota, and we should point out, you know, a little apologist mentality, but that team, and Tibbs points it out all the time. That team was third in the West for most of the year, and then they got injured at the end of the year, and then they fell to eighth in what was as good a Western Conference as you will ever find. Yeah, in any case, so, but you know, is Bam Adebayo the talent that Karl Anthony Towns is in terms of the things he can do with the basketball on the offensive side of the court?
No.
But you put Jimmy Butler with Bam Adebayo last season and a bunch of tryhards, and I understand Tyler Herro had a really nice bubble, and they, you know, Iguodala
had the bubble of his. He had
bubble of his life, and he's still living off that bubble. You know, but for him, and Jimmy Butler took that team to the finals. So and yet after one season in Minnesota, he was like, peace.
Yes.
I'm getting at it, and I understand the money part of it had something to do with that. You know, I still want to know how much of it was the money, and if they had offered him like the full max, would he have wanted whatever. We don't have to get into that, but like it's interesting to me that again Butler saw that up close, and if Butler saw Towns as a guy that he could go and do some things with, I you know, maybe you know, but he didn't. Yeah, but he that wasn't the case. So I don't know. I'd be frightened. But the reason I think why we're going to keep hearing about Towns moving forward is just because if you look around the league, it's just where's the guy, right? Where's the guy? I mean, if you assume that Devin Booker is going to be happy playing for one of the best teams in the league, and they certainly seem like they're going to continue to be. I mean, you know, we'll see with Chris Paul and like all of that, but where's the guy? I mean, it's Beal, right? Beal's the guy, but I don't know. That's it. That's the only other guy. There's no other obvious name.
Lonzo, Beal, Levine, like these are guys. Any one and or combination of those guys I want.
Yeah, but Lonzo's not like Beal. I have this back and forth on my text chain with my two my buddies Bernard and Yash about like what is the ceiling of this team if they had Beal on it? Like what would it take to put this team into contention conversation if you put Beal on it? Let's just for argument's sake, you keep everybody on the roster. Let's say Quickly has to go in a Beal deal, right? Let's say it's Quickly and a bunch of firsts, right?
Right.
Like what else needs to happen if you put on if you added let's just say for argument's sake, let's say you added Lonzo Ball. Let's say you put Ball, Beal, RJ, you know, Randle and Mitch, whatever. Like where's that team go? What is that team's ceiling? It feels like to me it's still in the league that we're in right now. I don't know, maybe things change in a couple of years. LeBron can't play forever. These Nets guys have a very short shelf life. Who knows what's going to happen in Philly? Are they going to trade Simmons eventually? And this, that, and the other thing. I don't know. But like, it's an interesting thought experiment for me. I'm interested.
I feel like there's an element when we do our analysis as to like, oh, we're gonna add let's add this guy or whatever. Like we're looking at it as straight like their talent now, what they contribute now, and like trying to bring it over to the Knicks. But I feel like we're not adding that Tibbs factor.
Yeah,
I feel like I feel like a guy like Beal, and you add the Tibbs factor. I'm liking what I feel of that. I'm like, we're not talking about a team where every guy on the team plays a Frank level defense. Like we're talking about good defensive schemes, good team defense, good. You know what I'm saying? Good defensive concepts of the whole.
For sure.
I see a guy like Beal being able to fit into that and then add that offense that we need on the other side. Like this is so like to all these players, I kind of add an unconscious little Tibbs markup.
Right. Hey, bro,
Yes.
can I throw a monkey wrench into this?
Please. I love monkey wrenches.
So my deal is I don't believe that cats like Bradley Beal add to winning. Right? I think he adds to scoring.
I think, but isn't this a different version of the conversation we just had about Minnesota? I mean, look at Washington and look at where, I mean, they had some nice. Listen, we poo-poo it and we don't give it any credit, but like that team made, I think it was two second rounds, right? They like that team won. Bradley Beal has won playoff series, multiple, right?
Right.
With John Wall,
But
it
was more so Wall's team though.
But it was John Wall's team, and the supporting cast was very underrated. The Marcus Morris, the Kelly Oubre, the Martin Gortat. So the roster, because the roster was built in a way where Bradley Beal didn't have to do any heavy lifting.
But
he was not the primary wing defender.
Yeah.
Right. He was not the primary ball handler. He was the guy that he was in that CJ McCollum type role where his scoring was a plus, but if you asked him to do everything else, you were basically rolling it.
I didn't really appreciate Bill until Wall got injured. Honestly.
Yeah. No, I'm with. But again, I think there's this assumption that like the guy who, because so often it is the guy who gets you the bucket in when you really need it, and the guy who maybe will lead your team in scoring has to also be the, say like the emotional backbone of your team. Like, yes, that was the case with Steph, or is the case with Steph. It is the case with Dame. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that. Like James Harden, we figured out pretty quickly was probably not best suited to be the emotional backbone of a basketball team. Now he doesn't have to be. Whether they have any emotional backbone on that team, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Look, I'm not trying to throw shade against the Nets. If you put a gun to my head, I think they're going to win it this year. But but the point is, like, not everybody is built like Kobe, right? Where it's everything in the same package. Like we just got spoiled because we had Kobe, we had Michael Jordan. You know, sometimes like you're going to build your team in a slightly different way. Look at Dirk again. Dirk won it when he had what sorts of pieces around him? He had Sean Marion around him. He had Jason Kidd around him. He had Tyson Chandler around him.
And then he had the gritty committee. So
Jason Terry.
Yeah, and Deshaun Stevenson. Remember Deshaun Stevenson? and guys,
was he the LeBron stopper?
Yeah, right. And so I call teams like that, like this team here, this Knicks team, I call them the gritty committee because they do more with less, right? They legit accomplish more. Like I feel like this team here, big guys don't want to see us in the playoffs because they know they'll win, right? But they know it's going to be it's a dogfight though, and so the thing with Beal is for what we'd have to give up to get a Bradley Beal, man. I just don't want. I'm not saying that the price is not worth it, right? And I'm not saying the price is not worth it. What I'm saying is that I would prefer for us to build organically, add a piece or two as we get along, just trust the front office to supplement pieces. I know Randle is not the number one guy, is not a number one guy.
No.
Right? And eventually we'll have to get us a number one guy.
But
what's the rush though is what I'm getting at.
The league, this isn't a static situation though. Like I feel like the snapshot that fans make is always of the now. Like, oh, the reason why people are surprised by what Randle is doing, because like the talk you hear last season is like, oh, he's 25 years old, he can never get better than he is now. Like when we talk about development, like if you're over 21, you can't develop. Like these are constant conversations around, like, so why can't he go from this to being even better and being a number one with more chemistry? Like why can't he do that?
Well, here's the thing. I think in the NBA, the way the rules are now and the way the game has changed, I don't know that it's possible to win anymore if you don't have a top 10 perimeter
guard,
shot creator on your team.
It's a wing game. You need a wing. You definitely
you just need that guy. And look, I love Emmanuel Quickly. I love RJ Barrett. Though that I'm not convinced that those guys can be that level. Now, here's the thing: the great part about having an RJ Barrett is that if you have your Randle over here, and I like how we're making this about Bradley Beal, but I think he's the obvious name, and then you have your Bradley Beal over here. Like most of the time, those two guys as your top two are not going to get you there. But you add in the Tibbs factor, you add in the RJ factor, and you add in maybe one more. I don't know who, is it Lonzo? Is it does Kyle Lowry have enough left in the tank? And maybe that would maybe seem like we're rushing it a little bit too much, trying to get it all right now. The only other thing I'll add, and then I got to run, is the Beal thing. That's the part of the Beal thing that's so interesting to me is he could have signed an extension last summer, and he didn't. That doesn't mean he can't extend this summer. If he chooses not to extend this summer, what happens in Washington? Is there a bidding war for him now, or is he just going to let it be known through all of the players obviously have the channel to do this? Is he going to be let it be known that, look, I'm going into free agency. I am going to experience free agency. I'm going to take meetings. I'm not going to extend with anybody this summer. If he does that, that's interesting. Or let's just say he doesn't do that and he is open to signing an extension with a team that trades for him this upcoming offseason. Who is the team that is better positioned to trade for him than the Knicks? Where is the Godfather offer coming from? It's not coming from either of the LA teams because they don't have the pieces. It's not coming from, I don't think it's coming from Denver because I think they are all in on this infrastructure with Murray and Porter. It's not. I don't think it's coming from Utah just because I don't see Utah making that sort of a move. It's not coming from Phoenix because again, what are they trading? And they obviously Booker and Paul. So where is the team? I mean, are you going to tell me that it's Miami? Fine, I guess maybe.
But they got Oladipo. They have the Oladipo, right?
So, but again,
and they just extended Bam Adebayo.
All on Oladipo though. He's often injured.
So the point,
yeah, they could listen. Miami can make a Bradley Beal deal. They have a Bradley Beal deal in them. They have the pieces to make it. Maybe it's not enough draft picks for Miami's liking, and maybe Tyler Herro continues to have a down second year where the Wizards are like, yeah, that's not a good enough piece for us to center this trade around. And the only other team I'll say, and obviously this has been rumored or not rumored, but like speculated about before, is if Philly puts Ben Simmons on the table, where does that get you? But I don't think it's gonna be. Yeah.
Ben Simmons for, I could. To me, like that's like almost that's too lateral a move to even make it. Like meaning like. For what Ben adds, like I'd take Ben Simmons in a heartbeat, even without his jumper. Like what he adds to that team, I feel like, yeah, Beal might add something, like add the things that he's missing, but that stuff that he adds, he'll never be able to add as much as Ben.
Right.
I love Ben Simmons, but I think a lot's going to depend on how this year turns out.
Yeah,
because Embiid's going to have all the cards because Embiid's going to be Supermax eligible this offseason.
MVP candidate.
And if he goes to that, I think he'll still probably wind up finishing second in the MVP race. if he goes to that front office and says, "I'll sign you, Supermax, but I don't want to do it with Ben here," you know, I mean, who knows? Crazy shit happens. It's the NBA.
So let me do this real quick. So sure. Matt, hey, so we appreciate you coming through, bro.
I appreciate you having me.
And I apologize. I was on a call and I was so angry. I know, man. I'm so angry. I'm so angry.
So Cornerstone.
Yes.
So Cornerstone Cav has stars in his eyes right now.
Yeah, man. Because I love picking his brain, man. What I told them real quick. Kev,
let me do this real quick because Mac is on limited time. I just wanted to just do.
Let Kev ask his question, and then I'll stick around.
What I was going to say was you are our voice to the when we're interviewing coach and the players. You are our voice. Because it's coming from a fan's perspective, and we just appreciate you. You know what you do. We appreciate it. We love it, and we love you and appreciate you. You know for what you do.
I love all y'all because it's again. I just happen to be the one doing it. There's nothing special about me. Yeah. You know, so
But you're asking the questions from us, and that's what we love.
I'm trying. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
So just want to do this real quick, man.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest with you. I had no idea what Knicks Film School was.
Mm-hmm.
So I discovered it. Like it's like it was like a you know how you go to the library and you find a book and you find out the book is dope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I am with Knicks Film School, right? And so just want to say, man, that the Knicks Film School does good work. The dude Cohen. At some point, I want to have a conversation with this dude because his mind is bananas.
Yeah.
Right. And in a weird potpourri type way. Like I'm still trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what's his deal with Mitchell Robinson.
but again, the way, and this is why I love Jeremy because he is always willing to think outside the box, and he's always willing to look at situations and say, is there a better use of this asset? Are we doing the most with this asset right now? Which is why I appreciate that because he looks, and it makes me think hard about stuff, and it's good. It's it makes your mind work. That's all.
Right, because he communicates his complexities very well.
Yeah.
Right, and I want to tell him that, but I don't want to sound like a nerd at the same time. Because Uncle Freezie is cool, bro. I'm not about to be nerd city in front of a dude. But anyway, do you have anything coming up that we should check out?
No, I mean, what do I got? Just, I mean, you said it before. We got the YouTube channel doing the live streams. Actually, funny you mentioned Jeremy. So I'm actually going to the game on Tuesday.
Okay.
So for my first game of the year, I'm excited about that. And I hope they win. They need that win. That's a must win.
I think everyone is now. Well, go for what
I went through it today, and I'll plug the newsletter too. So the Knicks Film School newsletter, you could the link for that is in my Twitter. But like I don't think, like, for instance, tonight, trust me, I would love if they won this game tonight. I don't think tonight's a must win, but like they got to beat Charlotte, they got to beat Atlanta. Those are the two big ones coming up on the homes. They have to beat Houston when they go to Houston. And then that homestand at the end of the season. But so Jeremy's going to be doing the post-game live stream on the YouTube channel, so definitely check that out. And just shout out to him, shout out to Andrew Claudio, my producer, who makes me sound and look good with all the stuff that we do. He's amazing. And we got a merch store now. I think that link is.
Yeah, I saw that. So yeah, it's tight.
We got some cool. We're gonna have some actually really fun and cool and interesting stuff on there in the coming months. And then I think that's it, man. I just appreciate you guys having me on and chopping it up. I love talking to y'all, man. Seriously,
real quick for tonight's game.
Yes.
Is there, because you and I, you know who we are. We are yes. Okay. Is there any chance that he gets any play tonight? No. Okay.
No.
I don't see.
I mean, to give it up. Give it up, yo. Give it up, yo. It's a wrap.
Macri, this is what I go through. This is what I go through.
So Mac. So Mac, I'm gonna say this.
It's just over, yo. Like, leave her alone. Stop stalking her.
Do you hear this?
Right. Walk off, bro. Walk off.
Over, bro.
Hey, Macri, the only reason why
so
Mac, not against Luka.
So I'm gonna say this, and we'll probably have to take this to Twitter. But I believe that Tibbs is rehabilitating Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox. They're not going to be franchise. They're not franchise altering pieces, but they could be decent NBA players if allowed to play in certain roles or whatever. Just wanted to thank you for coming through, man. I really appreciate what the Knicks Film School provides to the Knicks universe. Man, we gotta have you on again. Maybe one day we can get you and Cohen on it at the same time. That's my dream scenario right now.
I'll talk to him. And one more shout out I had to do my boy Chris Persianen. He's been blowing up. Started out as a Knicks Film School intern, jokingly, but like he has his own podcast and he's doing good things up at Fordham on their radio station, and he's a big part of
the young guy,
yeah,
right?
Man, he's
man, yeah.
He's really talented, really smart, really good at what he does. So it's like you said, it's a whole group, it's a whole crew. We all work together, and I got to run. But listen, thank you again, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, wish I had more time.
Good work, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, throw a thumbs up in the chat for my man Jonathan Macri. Y'all show your love for Macri. Y'all go subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the newsletter. Man, show your support to guys that provide that genuine Knicks content, the one that y'all crave. So make sure y'all support those guys because they do an excellent job at providing insight, and they work really hard behind the scenes and getting the information that most of us don't have privy to or not privileged to. And so we want to make sure we show our appreciation.
And let's get a GoFundMe for some therapy for Cornerstone Kev and
it's not therapy. It's for just game tonight. That's all.
About like they need separation anxiety therapy. Like it's a wrap, bro.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Hey, free keep
like I just want you to be better, bro.
Whatever. I said for this game tonight. I don't care about any other game. I just said for this game tonight. That was all. Man, I'm so angry. What did I miss?
So let me ask this to the Blorange Tears family. Are you not entertained? This is what we do here, baby. So we're the little guy and we know it. But we legit try to bring.
My manager called at the wrong time. I'm like, damn.
That was your fault, though. You dragged that onto the dance floor. Like, come on, man.
Come on, because what would you? I don't know what the end game was. I don't know what because if Macri would have said, "Hey, Cornerstone Kev, you know what? Tibbs told me in a private meeting by the bathroom that he was going to give Frank 20 minutes." Is that what you were looking for?
No, I wanted his thought. That was all. I wanted his thought. That was it.
6 guys.
Listen, free Keith on the real.
Get season-ending injuries for Frank to play 5 minutes.
Right.
On the real. Frank has been good playing up against Luka. He really has. You look at both games last year.
Wait. I actually wish that I would put Frank in this game. And the reason being, and I would have had him heavy in the last game too, and he didn't. Dude, I don't know if y'all remember, there were few games where Frank really got big. And they'll be against KP.
Yeah.
Like Frank will get big on KP. Like, yo, I don't know if y'all remember, like he blocked KP at the rim. He got a foul. He got a foul because like the extension hit the elbow. Yeah. BS, these BS foul calls. But like, he's one of the
and then came back down. and then came back down
and then try to slam on him.
Yes.
I remember that. I remember that. Yes.
Why did he do that to anybody else? He only.
I don't know.
Guys,
Hey! He did the Valanciunas. Remember that against Valanciunas against Orlando?
So like, yeah, you gotta be foreign or one of his friends for him to actually play for real basketball.
Right. Hey, so y'all, real quick, I have the Egomaniacs backstage, right?
Oh, CP?
Both of them.
Oh,
Both of them. I have both Egomaniacs. I'm going to do a preview real quick and then put them.
Wow.
I have the Egomaniacs backstage. So just saying, if y'all got any talking whatsoever that y'all want to do, y'all need to get it out right now because when I bring them on, it's straight star status.
Oh God! Oh jeez!
Ladies and gentlemen,
the
Egomaniacs.
As the world turns, spread like germs.
Freaking frack, Tom and Jerry. Hey, I'll give you a great one. Heckle and Jekyll. The talking magpies.
So first,
how about Thanos and Apocalypse?
Anybody else? How about Thanos and somebody else?
Come on now. Now you're just doing the most right now.
I'm just saying, y'all like because I can't go over the top. Because of my voice.
How you call into a podcast?
You can't talk.
That's a Knox lover. That's a Knox lover.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be there even though I can't.
That's somebody who's dedicated. No. Because I heard from the man who's on right here, Uncle Freezie, like, if you can give a little bit, you got to give it all. I don't believe in half stepping.
Right. Yeah, that's for people who get paid for what they do.
Right.
Hey, Hoodie Kev, you actually sound like what's that rapper's name? Pop Smoke right now. I would utilize your voice and make an album right now.
Y'all are in rare form today, man. Y'all are in rare form.
He does go.
You sound like Pop Smoke, man. I would make an album right now.
Pop Smoke. My God.
Do you know who that is? Do you know who that is?
I'm not gonna lie to you. So I really don't listen to much rap, so I don't know who that is.
Well, you ain't black, man. You ain't black. I question your blackness. No, I'm just messing
I'm more of a R&B neo soul.
I'm with you too. I'm with you.
For me, I feel like Philly fully ruined neo soul for me. Like they totally overdid it, and it's annoying to me.
No, it's not. Stop it.
It is, yeah.
Come on, man.
It is, man.
But we need some semblance of R&B, Keith. Because,
no, I dig the R&B, but like the neo soul portion of it, like they should just let Jill Scott and Music Soul Child have it. But though, like everybody jumped on that neo soul wave, it just started to get annoying, bro. Like,
yeah, but it's
like the hand clappy poetry joint. Like that joint is just annoying now. Like, no knock against people's skill, but like I feel like it was overdone so much in a very short period of time. Like it's not neo soul will never be able to. Neo soul had its moment, and like the whack people ruined it.
Yeah, I mean that's in all genres, though. That's in all
Now hip hop. We got whack people in hip hop, but they ain't ruin it.
Yeah, they did. Hip hop ain't to Atlanta.
Hip hop ain't
ruined.
It's still you're still getting good hip hop.
What?
You just gotta find it. What you mean?
Okay,
I love what they got going on upstate New York. Griselda.
Oh yeah. I love
that's relatively new hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I just spoke to someone the other day, and I was waiting for the boxes to come to return a box to come to return the packages and then to settle it. Return the boxes. didn't settle the debt. So I just talked to someone like 2 days ago.
Yo, man. No, you're talking personal information. Yes, exactly. What's wrong with him?
Before you give all your personal information online, bro. Yo, Freezie, mute this man. Save his life. Mute this man.
What are we doing, bro?
What are you about to give the Social Security to us, yo? Mute that guy.
I need some new living room furniture. You know what I'm saying? I need to go on this shopping spree. So just so y'all, let me reboot real quick. Let me reboot with something real quick. So if you like what you hear, subscribe to the channel. Hey, who was that? Somebody got replay in the background?
Ain't me.
We got it in the background.
That was Hoodie Kev. All right. So first of all, if you like what you're hearing, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button.
Even if you don't like what you're hearing, still subscribe and like.
subscribe to And so today we're gonna do today if we reach 100 likes during the live stream, I'm gonna give away some Knicks Morning Drive swag.
Who's the one person that always dislikes, yo? Who is that?
It is. I'm not for sure, man. It's always gonna be
Keith. I've seen the most touching video about somebody that survived a tragedy get like 35 dislikes. Something like, dang.
Yeah,
that's all that happens.
Yo,
it's crazy.
So people out there, yo, like this, you just hateful.
It could be bots too.
Right. It could be. And so what I was gonna get at is this. So I'll probably rock for another hour or so. So if we get to 100 likes, by the time the next hour, by the time the hour is up, I'll randomly pick somebody out of the virtual chat and send them some Knicks Morning Drive swag. Kev, I got your text message. But by the time I got it, we were wrapping up with Macri. So, but the thing about it though, Kev, is I was getting mad text messages. That's why I kept looking down at my phone. People were like hitting me up, like, ask Macri this, ask Macri that, and I was like, yo, I couldn't, because Cornerstone Kev was having his star eye moment with Macri on.
Yeah, so, he definitely was getting his fanboy on.
Hey yo.
I was a kid in my own Cornerstone. And we do, man. Don't you? I mean,
No.
Okay, CP Hoodie Kev, your egos are too big for your head, so that's the reason why y'all saying
have some self-pride, Kevin.
There you go.
Kevin, have some self-pride and respect.
What's up, AD?
I'm gonna pull it.
Yeah, AD, what's good?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Just say this thing. We not knocking you for that, hey, bro, because we don't often get the opportunity to chop it up with cats like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Not face to face.
Exactly.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
He like Cornerstone jumped right on his back.
Right.
He was slobbing him.
Macri is here, and I'm gonna have.
I don't care. And I was pissed off as hell when my boss called me up and had to get on the phone. I'm like,
oh, you know Macri is on?
Right.
Can I tell an Uncle Freezie type of story right quick?
So you need ISO cam?
No, I mean I don't really need ISO. It's just a story.
So, you need ISO cam? Oh
no,
God.
Really.
Okay. All right.
So I used to work at this hotel, and we used to host Duke's football team whenever they had home games. But when they had like road games, we would host like other teams that was in the area. Like we hosted Clemson when they were I think it was the Clemson game. It was the Clemson game. So we hosted Clemson one time, right? When they were number. This is like 2 years ago when they played Carolina. So the NFL, the college game day crew was staying at the hotel too. I remember being at the desk and I'm doing paperwork, blah 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 blah. So
you wasn't doing no paperwork. You was the help. Don't even go there with that.
If you've ever seen me on camera, if you've ever seen me at work, the help don't wear a suit and tie like that. Okay. So So I'm doing my paperwork at the desk, and I hear somebody come up and like, yeah, I'd like to check in. And I was like, yeah. What's the last name? And he's like, Hasselbeck. And something dawned on me. I was like, Hasselbeck is one of those weird names that you don't hear every day. So I look up, and who in front of me is like Matt Hasselbeck. And I was like, excuse me 1 second, Mr. Hasselbeck. So I go into the back office, calmly. I'm like, everybody. As soon as the door closes, I'm like, everybody, Matt Hasselbeck is out front. It's Matt Hasselbeck. So all the dudes in the office like, oh my God, Matt Hasselbeck here. And the lady's like, who is that? I'm like, what do you mean, who is that? He's a former quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. And they still don't even know who that is. And so all the guys are coming out, pretending like they had something to do just to come out in the lobby to see Matt Hasselbeck. The funny thing is, enough, when I go back out there, I'm like, okay, I'm going to check you in, Mr. Hasselbeck. I'm going to take really good care of you. It's really embarrassing because we didn't have a reservation for him.
I bet y'all found one.
So I'm looking around. I'm like, give me 1 second. So I go back to the back office to the sales office, and I talk to the girl. I'm like, why in the world does Matt Hasselbeck have a reservation? What is going on in here? Matt Hasselbeck out there waiting. And she's just like, oh, yeah, that's because he canceled. We can just make him another one. I'm like, you need to get on this right now. What's wrong with you making
Oh, my God. Too funny, man. Too funny.
That's my story of me meeting Matt Hasselbeck, a celebrity. Y'all not gonna make me look bad in front of Matt Hasselbeck.
So I have a Janet Jackson story, but I'm not gonna tell it.
Whoa! If you gonna tell me that you was at her concert and she got to sit on your lap, I'm gonna have a problem.
No, okay. I'm not gonna tell it right here. Because
then we'll do that offline then.
Because in fairness to CP the artist, he has been waiting patiently for a whole 17 seconds in order to big himself up. So I got to put CP the artist on ISO cam so CP the artist can stroke his own ego.
God. All right, where's my tea?
Good morning. Freezie, I see you got the new facial features right now. You shaved the beard off.
Yeah, a little bit.
I didn't even know he had that much skin.
I never thought. Look.
He got the electric clippers from Knicks Fan TV. What's that? Those clippers that they? Yeah, Manscaped. Yeah.
Freezie getting rid of the struggle beard.
I never.
No lie, that's freaky, bro. Yo, the Manscaped thing. Every time I hear them talk about it, I'm like, could you have gotten a better sponsor, bro? No, don't say that.
But wait, though, this is the delicate world to which we're living in, though. Like, you talk to a lot of dudes behind closed doors. Like, Cat is getting real kind of delicate, bro.
Right,
yeah, right. Getting real delicate.
I'm about to order those.
I'm not shade. Listen, I'm not. Hey, man, listen. I love CP, man.
That's my dude.
I love CP, man. I love Knicks Fan TV, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like with me, my first sponsor may not be a ball shaver.
No, it's not.
I'm not.
Go ahead, AD. What are you gonna say, AD? Go ahead.
Oh, I thought it was only me. Because a couple of times when I listened into these different shows, and mind you, they on all the shows, and the first few times I was like, are they being funny?
Right.
I didn't realize it was a whole until they were holding up the product, and I was like, oh shit.
Hold on. Coming from a metrosexual person as myself, right?
I can't even.
Has to groom himself.
I'm liberal.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind having a little 20% discount.
Bring myself to be like,
you know what I'm saying? You gotta trim down. You gotta freshen up down the areas. You know what I'm saying, for the ladies. You know what I mean?
So right now, are you saying, CP, right now that you're looking like Chewbacca and that's why we can't see you right now? Is that what you're saying?
He's not pretty enough. He's not pretty enough for the camera right now.
I mean, we can't see you. We can't see you.
Look, the reason why is because I'm on the clock. I'm making money right now.
Okay.
And, you know,
All right.
As the popularity of the show grows, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do.
Your boss.
Oh, this.
You know what I'm saying? Now getting back to it, my soliloquy earlier. I never thought in my life I would see when I look at Uncle Freezie right now. I'm thinking about Cartman from South Park.
Jeez. He called him South Park.
He reminds me of Cartman right now from South Park.
Oh God!
You better grow back that facial hair ASAP, man, because I'm gonna come with
you. You ain't not right. You are not a right man. You are not a right man.
Much love, man. Much love, man.
You are not right. Yes.
Welcome to the CP the Artist Show with my co-host, Free Keith.
Hey, so
Woody
CP,
Kev, AD.
So CP, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, right? So, because you had some takes or some thoughts that kind of that we glanced over. I wanted to talk with you about it, about your thoughts. Like for instance, you talked about the direction of the team. Do you feel like?
You want me to do my apologies right now?
No. I want to
do my apology right now.
What was the date that you had said, CP, that you
it was initially I said April 15th, and then we changed it to May.
Changed it. I know we changed it because it was too soon.
Right.
What, May 1st?
May 1st, yeah.
You're coming up swiftly on that date, brother.
Right. And your results are not looking good.
Not looking good, broski.
It's not. And for Dallas too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right. I'm about to apologize, man. I was wrong.
At least you know what? I give you props for being big enough though. Like some cats just
whoa. Talk about. What did you just say, CP?
I was wrong. I was dead wrong.
Wow.
And I said we should tank because this team ain't good enough.
Don't make a big deal about it, because there's some cats who will disappear and not even come up, not even fess up to being wrong. They'll just disappear.
I got egg on my face. I got you know.
Is that why the camera's not on?
The guys have their images of who the players are that would take us to wherever destination they see in their mind. So like, we all know Burke's history. We all know Bullock's history. We've never looked at them as being the guys or part of or parts that could help a team, even while they're doing it. Because in our mind, we still don't have the pieces that we need while they're becoming the pieces that we need.
Right.
There's things that lately I've been seeing that I can't deny that wasn't there before. I'm seeing like people on the team outdoing their expectations. Like I didn't see the shooting from RJ. I didn't see this from Alec Burke. I did not see Reggie Bullock, really contributing. I didn't see this, and it's like they're like, yo, you have this expectations of us, we're going to exceed it. They're finding ways to win. You know what I'm saying? That third quarter is still abysmal.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like you can't deny a team that got that willpower and that heart. They are not quitting. And that's
CP. Here's the thing with you, fam, and not just you, but other Knicks fans that were talking a lot of that same thing. They've been in every game practically.
The whole season they've been fighting, even in losses.
They've been in every game practically. See what I'm saying?
I think the only one AD was probably the Milwaukee game after the All-Star break. Other than that, that's it.
Handful of games where you could be like they haven't been in. I don't understand where cats want to give up on a season. I don't want to give up on a play, let alone give up on a season. It's not good for the overall feel that you're trying to set for new talent.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get it.
AD,
My reasoning.
I would propose this to you, AD. Just like the team had to change their identity, like things had to happen for the team to change their identity and to become the team that they are now. Fans actually have to respond in kind. Like we have to become the kind of fans that are no longer fans of a rebuilding effort,
Yes.
but fans of a actual building effort of a good team. And I think it's very hard for us to change. It's hard for us, the fan base, to change into the fan base that this team is obviously deserving.
Right. Yeah.
Like we need to let some stuff go.
Well, here's the thing, Kev. I mean, Keith. We adjust on the fly. I mean, look at what Denver had to go through recently with losing Murray, right? It's always an adjustment on the fly in any business, right? You have 4 quarters, right? You have your first quarter, you deal with the first quarter, and then you make an adjustment in the second quarter of the year, right? And then mid-year, you're like, okay, where are our projections? Have we met our forecasts? You know what I'm saying? And in every NBA season, everything adjusts. You have that trade deadline. You have that buyouts. You have, cats getting injured. You have cats that are stepping up. You have lineup adjustments. You have coaching changes. All of this is a fluid thing. You know what I'm saying? So in my fluidity, I was thinking like, man, we did not do enough in the at the trade deadline to be successful. Now guys are overachieving. Now we're getting, like someone said, we're getting hot at the right time. Can they sustain this? We'll see. So now I have to change my stance, and I got to root for Dallas to lose every game, which they're not. I'm losing it right now.
I go again, but you see that's the thing. That's another part of the equation. My bad.
Go ahead. My fault.
Is we looked at that Dallas pick and that Dallas organization as if like it was a certainty. Too many people, when I hear them was talking about what you could possibly do in season maneuvers, with that Dallas pick, and like Luka wasn't gonna get that together. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, the moves have to be forward and progressive, and can't wait for maybe there's a stumble here and we can get a pick, in the upper lottery, because what has it done for us? These number 8 picks, what has it done for us?
Well, the number 8 picks haven't done nothing, but we have Mitchell Robinson, we have Emmanuel Quickly. In the past, we had Damian Dotson, we had Alonzo Trier that we got in later rounds that have produced because we drafted pretty well. Now the 8th picks, 9th picks, whatever, are work in progresses. Let's just call them a work in progresses, not finished products. And I still believe in those picks. I still believe in Kevin Knox. You know what I'm saying? Contributing. I still believe in Frank. But I think
set it off.
I'm just saying, like, he's part of the team. I still believe in the kid. I'm not gonna throw away a 20-year-old, you know what I'm saying, just because fans want to just throw him away. I believe that there's still a role, and I'm a big proponent about the youth, because I believe that the youth, I hate to sound like Whitney Houston, but they're our future. You know what I'm saying? They have to lead the way. You know what I mean?
Hey man. Hey, I thought you were gonna say something different. I thought you was gonna say, "And I will always love you."
Dude, I thought he was going to drop the George Benson record, greatest level ball, a while ago.
My love is conditional.
You cut it close there, bro.
Yo, for real. Dude, I was about to tell Kevin to get the guitar. Let's get it.
First of all, we know that Kevin can't play the guitar. He has not done that once. He sounds Kevin can't play the guitar, man. I mean, I don't even know why he has one. He should be practicing his guitar than being on these Knicks channels every 24/7.
I don't even know why we even talking about Kevin Knox, bro. We should be talking about Reggie Bullock.
We
should be talking about Alec Burks.
That's another name that's gonna ignite the fire.
See, that the issue is that people were way too, like I said before, cats were way too locked in to what progress they thought looked like. Like they signed Reggie Bullock. He can't be anything more than just a stand-in. That's all you see in your mind. Because like you can't imagine Reggie Bullock, based on the history of what you know about Reggie Bullock, being
and the Knicks. Being a contributor to they signed Burks. Oh man, why didn't they get such and such player? Why Leon and Tibbs right now are proving that they got sight beyond sight. Right.
That they they're literally seeing things that they're seeing stuff way before us.
Well, let's be honest now.
No,
right. You gotta sign Alec Burks to an extension, 3 years, $25 million.
Wait. Let's cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah.
I'm not even saying we there yet. All I'm saying is like expectation wise for right now is fans got to change their expectations in terms of what they think about the players we got. They're better than what we think.
But
Keith, we got to give them room.
But Keith, in life, you only change your expectations based off of the evidence that you see in the present. The past is the best indicator of the future, and nothing changes until you change your present. Until they change their present and show me something different, all I have is your past.
I 100% agree. But even at the point,
bro, you sound like Ant-Man right now. You sound like Ant-Man.
I 100% agree.
Kev, does CP the artist not sound like Ant-Man talking about time travel?
Listen,
I don't think Ant-Man was anywhere as philosophical. He was representing Back to the Future and Hot Tub Time Machine.
Like that's what this sounds like right now. I'm sorry, Freaky.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I understand. Like, yeah, we use history as our current barometer. But as somebody is actually changing that history, like you got to give that props. Like
that's what I just said.
We were two. I mean, but it's not right just right now. Like we were already 2 games up. We're already 2 games over. The first time we was 2 games over 500, and Cats still didn't like Cats were still kicking dudes.
You wanna know why? You wanna know why? Keith, is because soon as we were 2 games over 500 in the 4th spot, we dropped down to 8, and then we were kind of in trouble.
Losing 1 game puts you 3 positions down.
But let's not act like it was like Usain Bolt in the 100-meter dash where he had this lead. No, he was. He was the German dude. We are like the German dude that it was in the race that was struggling a little bit. And he ended up getting out of the race. We weren't sure. We didn't have a sure bet. This team was never a sure bet.
We were like Johan Blake. We were right there. We were right there holding that number 2 spot. CP. Fam, come on. I mean, the evidence as far as what this team could be has been there. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
There are some of us who believed it. It boils down to there's some of us who believed in what the team could do, and some of us who didn't feel like that was possible. And Cats are even with 17 games to go. There are fans who are still disbelieving what we're doing right now, and they're waiting for us to fail or come back to earth, as I've been told.
Because that they have exceeded expectations.
No, man,
exceeded expectations.
Bro,
and
Peter,
so,
all this, what I'm saying, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But expectation is about perspective, right? Whose expectation? CP, the artist's expectation? Because they didn't exceed Uncle Freezie's expectation.
Nor Keith's.
Yeah, right. Because at the beginning of the season, I predicted them to be 42-30.
37 wins here.
Right. And so it's about where you stand when the events happen. And so people are like, where you stand with the perspective. Where you are viewing the event from.
Well,
It's all perspective.
Well, I expect to retire at 50. But that doesn't matter unless I have the wherewithal and the resources to do that. Go ahead, Hoodie Kev.
No, I was just going to say, with me personally, I always thought going into this season that this was a playoff team, right? And when it comes to, like, I've been on a lot recently, and they're like, "Oh, Kev, you got to give Bullock and Burks their flowers. They playing da 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 da." And it's like what Freaky said about Karl Anthony Towns, right? I believe when it comes to those two players, when the moment comes when you need them, they're not going to be there.
Right.
I wholeheartedly believe when you need Alec Burks looks great against Sacramento and Minnesota and Orlando. That's great. He looked great against those teams. But when you need him against Philadelphia or Milwaukee or Brooklyn, where's Alec Burks? Nowhere. He comes up short. We've seen it. I've seen Alec Burks come up short against Brooklyn, but yet he can rise to the occasion against Orlando. That's what I'm saying. When you need them the most, they're not going to be there. And from my perspective, with that being said, I feel like, to me, they're just holding up progress. That's what I come from when it comes to Alec Burks and Reggie Bullock. They're just holding up progress. Because, like I said, when you need them, they're just not going to be there. They're not. It looks great when you're playing against the Pelicans and you put up 14 points in the fourth quarter. That's great. Can you put up 14 points in the fourth quarter against the Bucks? No,
bro. But see, that's what I'm saying about your perspective and expectation. So your expectation is that you want a guy that's going to be a star and be an even bigger star. And star time. Yes, it is. That's what you just said.
I want a guy.
No, Kev. You just said he put up 14 points in the quarter against bad teams. Can he do this? Why is he not doing it against good teams? That's what you just said. You just said that, right?
Yes.
And so now you're diminishing his value because he didn't show up as a star in star time, right?
I want him to show up, period. It isn't got to be a star. Show up, period. Because I've seen games where Alec Burks has had 8 points. 8. And you literally just came out your mouth and like, let's re-sign him to a 3-year contract.
Yes, 3 years, $25 million.
You want to re-sign mediocrity. And you want to be stuck. That means you want to be stuck in mediocrity.
Bro. So what's the alternative? The alternative is either win a championship or be in the lottery. Right?
And why do you guys act like one move, one move doesn't hamstring you into like we're stuck in mediocrity because we signed one guy. It's
$8 million
stream of things that continue to go on in the NBA. That's not the last move we'll ever make.
Right.
It's not Alec Burks. It's not Alec Burks.
Kev, the salary cap is going to be $120 million, and we're talking about $8 million. Right?
The salary cap is not going to be $120 million.
And it's 15 people on the team. Even let's talk about how many people that Tibbs plays. Tibbs plays like between 8 and 10 guys, right?
Yep.
Like how many of those 10 people are going to be like superstars?
So it's not even about being superstars.
No.
That's
I'm
not
just
the
saying,
thing.
like,
Y'all mistake what I said.
The majority of people are role players. The majority of the team is role players. Like I'm always saying is that he's a good role player to have.
Right? Yes.
Okay. Understand where I'm coming from. That's all I'm saying. We are 28 and 26. What's our record? We're 2 games over 500. 29 and 27.
29, 27.
We're 2 games over 500. This entire season, we've really been around that range, right? Either 2 games up, 2 games under, but always around 500, right?
Right.
That's where we've been the entire season. And you got guys like Burks, inconsistent, and that's fair to say. Burks has been inconsistent.
Or you can say he's been clutch.
It's fair to say he's been inconsistent.
Or
It's fair to say.
But you also can say he's been clutch too.
Or you can say he's been clutch because he has been clutch.
He has been. See, you can't take the inconsistency and not take the other part too.
And not take the other
part. Been clutch.
Is he inconsistent? Yes
what Hoodie Kev is doing is called revisionist history.
Yeah,
you're revising the narrative.
No, he's not.
No, I'm not revising the narrative. What I'm doing is calling a spade, but y'all don't want to call it. Y'all want to call a spade a heart.
Yeah, just because y'all. Just because y'all
Can Alec Burks have 20 points one game and 5 points the next? Yes. That's inconsistent.
Yes.
That's me calling it what it is. I'm not calling it anything other than what it is.
Right.
Y'all want to make it seem like he's a superhero.
No, we're
not. Not at $8 million.
We're just acknowledging the other part that you are not acknowledging. Yes, we just said like, yeah, he was inconsistent. He is inconsistent, but he's also clutch.
But this isn't about him being clutch. This is about him being inconsistent. I didn't say anything about being clutch. I said Alec Burks has been inconsistent. He could be clutch too.
But that's not the only narrative.
All Uncle Freezie added. He didn't say you were wrong. He said yes, but he's also clutch.
Right.
Okay.
But wait a minute, guys. You guys are saying two different things. Because
Kev
if you guys agree, no. If you guys are so optimistic, inconsistent player,
what y'all saying is crazy.
No, it's not.
It's saying Alec Burks is inconsistent is crazy.
How you just agreed to what he said, that he is inconsistent. You both did. We heard you.
What I'm saying is to have the narrative be that Alec Burks is inconsistent and diminishing his contribution to this season is crazy. It sounds like y'all are flat out haters.
Because I want to say something. You said Alec Burks is clutch, right? But Alec Burks can only be clutch against bad teams because that's what you said. Because he's not a star, so that means he can only show up against bad teams and be clutch.
Teams. Exactly.
Because Uncle Freezie said that. So using the conjecture that Uncle Freezie uses, because when I said he doesn't show up against good teams, well, you said you want him to be a star, and I said no, I want him to be consistent, and you said, well, he's not a star, so you don't expect him to do that. So when I said.
He's as consistent as any good role player as you can. Like his consistency, and I give you that. Like okay, like it might go up and down in terms of like the outcome of his stats every game, but like I feel like for the role player that he is, most role players, in my opinion, are inconsistent. Like, and that's
why they're role players.
And that's why they're role players.
But you guys are missing.
As a role player, he has actually had clutch moments that he has risen to. I don't care that you say that they are against bad teams or this, that, and the other. Like he has risen to those moments and had some very clutch plays that this team needed multiple times, bro. Like that's
can I just shout into this? Can I just break into this? First off, salute everybody. How y'all doing this morning?
What's going on, Morocco Joe?
What's up, boss?
What's going on? Wanted to chime in on the Alex Burke point specifically, man. Like, you got to build a team, man. You got to build a team. I think we got to re-sign him, definitely, man. We're not looking. Everybody's not going to be a superstar or a star or show up against big teams. But at the end of the day, you got to have a core of players that's your team. Every year we get different talent in here. You wonder why there's no culture and there's no consistency.
Burke is actually leading the league in fourth quarter points right now.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, why can't we?
No. Let's be no. That's a bad fact. Alec Burks is leading in fourth quarter points in the month of April.
Okay.
That is it. Not the whole season.
Yo, I heard Cat.
Not even the whole season.
Cat using stats like Cat using Frank.
But he's still working.
Like this week, he was the best player this week. Like, come on.
Hold on. This original thing started with us talking about some Knicks fans being pessimistic about the season, and it turned into a Alec Burke debate because Alec Burke is outdoing his expectations. The thing is that could somebody, dude on the street, could you put yourself on mute? It's like we can hear like all the drug dealers going by.
Yo, what's going on here?
Look, my thing.
Not you. He would he just throwing shade randomly.
I did have my stuff on mute, but since you want to talk about it, let's talk about it.
Yeah, the point is that you guys are basing all your hype and expectations on inconsistent productivity. Yeah, it'll get us 2 games over 500, but where are we going with that optimism?
Is it working so far? Is it working so far? Is it working? Are we winning games?
I think there's a disconnect. Like there are guys.
Can I finish my point?
Who celebrate the progress that we're making? Who celebrate the progress that we're making and are happy with it? And then there are guys who look at the progress that we're making and feel like it's not enough. I feel
it's not real. Or it's not real.
Like nobody says that this is our championship team. These people are saying like, yo, I like where the team is going. Like we're playing good basketball. Keep going. Let's build on that.
Okay,
like I'm not saying this is not the team. This is not the championship team.
That's fair. But don't get on the pessimist for getting into his 2005 Honda Accord, getting to a destination and being like, we're scared that's going to happen. We're scared what's going to happen. Look, my last car was a 2003 Honda Accord, and I was driving from Atlanta. Yeah, I was driving from Atlanta all the way to Jersey, right? On that way there, I was praying that this car would not stop. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the attitude of the what me and Hoodie Kev is having, is that, you know what? If something, it's Murphy's Law. If something could go wrong, it just might.
All
but
right,
you got, and that's, and we shouldn't be knocked for that, because anything
that's
could go
a valid
wrong.
point, man. That's a valid point.
Let me ask y'all a question though. How much money does Alec Burke make this season?
Thank you.
$6 million. Wait,
how much does he make this season?
$6 million.
Is it 6? I thought it was 5.2 or 4.9, something like that. It's light.
It's light. Super light.
Where are you going with this?
Where I'm going with this is that if the piece is fitting for us.
David asked the question. I want to know where is he going with asking the question.
Oh, he deserves
how much money?
He deserves a raise.
Exactly.
So my question is this. You say, oh, this is how much he's making. My question is this. Why is he making this much money?
Because he was unproven. He didn't get minutes at the last place he was at. He was behind.
No.
He didn't get any.
Yeah, he did. Alec Burks.
He didn't get the minutes he's getting now.
Let me see how many. Hold on, because
let me look that. Go ahead, make your point, Hoodie. I'll look it up.
Because the thing about it is Alec Burks was on a bad team playing because both of the guards were out. So Alec Burks was playing. He's probably starting. And then he got traded. And then he got traded to a contender. Then he got traded to a contender and was one of the main pieces off the bench on a contending team. So let's not pretend like Alec Burks was at the end of the bench last year.
Bottom line, you just hate him. You just hate him no matter what. That's what it is.
You know,
hate
this is what
Burks
happens
and you
when
hate
people,
Burks.
people want to get up.
No. Because as much as I love Frank Ntilikina, I understand the optics, all right? I understand the optics. Tibbs does not like him. Tibbs is staying on here. Bottom line.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Let me do something real quick. Hey, so City for real, thank you for looking out for the cookout. We see the super chat. I was trying to get in to acknowledge you. So City for real, everybody. So City for real says, Kev, what are you doing on KMD? Come back to the dark side. The Knicks at Night podcast. Salute to the KMD crew. Chat family, what's good, people? Get those likes up when you step in the building. Let's go. That's from City for real. I didn't know if it was from Darth City or from City for real, but either way, man, we appreciate what you're saying here. And Hoodie Kev on the KMD. What's going on? He didn't show up for he wasn't on the Knicks at Night podcast. I thought he was in hospital. I thought he was in ICU. You know what I'm saying? With getting IVs and all that stuff. And then he showed up to the KMD. Let me bring in my guy real quick. Hey, what's up, boss? How you doing, man?
What's good? How y'all doing?
Yo, so let me tell you, man. So first of all,
happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you.
Yeah, happy Friday, bro. Happy Friday, bro. I hope everybody's in good health, good spirits.
Yeah, we all are. How about you and your family?
Hey, man. It's Friday. I think my people are lining up to go spend some money somewhere.
No, that's a good thing. That's
just what it is. That's just what it is over here, right? So I just wanted to say, man, thank you for the contributions to the show. You know what I'm saying? So for those that don't know, man, he break us up. I mean, bro, we appreciate the love, bro.
But I'm gonna say this: don't forget, me and Jay Boogie had the same name. So even though I do donate, that might be Jay Boogie at the same time too. Because you might be in a.
I saw that, and so I was like, man, this dude really. And then when I looked, because Jay Boogie was like, yo, I'm J1 Movers. Then I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So, but listen, the appreciation is the same. He disappeared. The appreciation is the same. I want to bring in Morocco Joe too. Joe, they ain't letting you talk, right? Why they ain't letting you talk?
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is the only point I wanted to make and why I joined the show is we have so much turnover in New York, brother. We got so much turnover. Every year we have different, like you say, 1 year stopgaps. Every single year, man.
Right.
And if we got a player that's performing, it looks better for our franchise if we pay the man. We don't have to pay him a huge bag. I'm not saying back to Brinks.
Bro, it's $8 million out of 120.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He deserves a bump and he deserves some security. Why would players come here on a 1 year deal and play hard as a tryout and then show their ass and not get paid? If they come out here and really ball, you gotta pay the man. He a good part of the team, bro.
Right. And
you gotta build a team, not just find a star. We can't just be on star search, bro. Let's build a team. You build a team by having players like Alec Burks. That's veterans. And they lead the team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And then at the same time, you got cats that are first round picks that ain't doing nothing except getting their checks on payday.
That's a fact. And they ain't working in the offseason.
And it's like,
I'm sorry, if Kevin Knox was working in the offseason, he'd have been balling this year. You 6'9" and can run like that, lift some weights and get stronger at the rim. He would be playing right now if he was working in the offseason.
And what's
fact, bro?
Our best player, what's one of his flaws that we all have? That he's not a good closer in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Alec Burks brings that. We need somebody that's, you know what I mean? If our best player isn't a good closer, we need somebody who can score in the fourth quarter. That's what Alex Burks has shown he can do.
Right.
Alex Burks also has experience.
Yeah,
even though he developed that.
More losses, you know what I mean? Like, is he inconsistent? I mean, you can say that, but does he bring something to the table every game?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. Do we believe in Burks in the fourth quarter? Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is he playing over his contract, his value?
Right.
we could have went out and signed somebody like Kelly Oubre who could have paid like 18, 19 million, but Alex Burks is giving us the same production he is for like 4 million.
Right. And so let me acknowledge Mo. So Mo, thank you. Hey, thanks for looking out for the cookout, bro. So Mo says, I'm so glad that Macri threw shade at people who want to sacrifice all of our peace and happiness for Kevin Knox minutes. Right. Does Knox pay Hoodie Kev? You know what?
Seems like it.
Yeah, it feel like it. And so I'm gonna say this just real quick. I want y'all to get y'all piece because I have the egomaniacs here, and I love the egomaniacs, bro. I listen. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm partial. Y'all know I'm partial to certain people. Y'all know I love Morocco Joe. You know what I'm saying? You know I love hitting. You know what I'm saying? You know I wish Devon Fisher would be on more. Stop counting your money, Fisher, and get on the show more often.
Homework.
Right? Yeah. That's what they all say. That's what they all say. But
University.
Hey, man. So just wanted to make sure that y'all got y'all camera time. I'm gonna bring the other guys back on.
Wait a minute. Before you do that, man, I'm not saying. I just want to clarify my point. I'm not saying that they are wrong. They make valid points, man.
Right.
CP especially, make valid point. What is the end goal, right? Like that's what I think that these guys are saying is like the end goal is a championship, right?
Right.
And we all want a championship. Don't get it twisted.
It's
what I don't want is the same shit that we've done before, which is star searching, bro. That is not gonna get us a championship. What's going to get us to the finals and what's going to get us to relevancy and maybe a free agent come to us is winning. It is building a team of players that are not just individual players. They are a team.
Well, that was Phil Jackson's philosophy till he put the kibosh on it.
Right. Somebody's going to see like, oh, yeah, look at
Wait a minute. Say that again.
If they had me instead of Burks, in the fourth quarter, we can push on.
Absolutely. That's a key
or
right
me,
there. Like
Burks, you know what I mean? We can push on,
Hey, so what you say just now?
I said that was Phil Jackson's philosophy. He was building a basketball team, and he got fired because he wanted to trade KP. You got to remember that.
We don't know behind the scenes, KP seemed like an asshole, bro.
Because he was.
My language, but behind the scenes, low key, we don't know what happened in those rooms and those conversations that went on. If you don't want to play here, hit the door. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how an organization is built for success. If you don't want to be here, we don't want you here either. That's what it's got to be. It's got to be a give and take. And we don't know, man. Maybe that trade was the best thing that's ever happened for New York. Because if you really don't want to play here, why would I want to pay you to play here if you don't want to be here?
Especially you can't stay healthy. And you can't stay healthy either.
And you brand new in the league. You can't come in here dick swinging. You're not in the league long enough. You ain't got no clout. You can't come in here and just start demanding shit. Like, that's not how things work, bro. Like, I want to build a team that's like a perennial winner. I don't care if we win a championship. I want to be relevant every single year. Right. And whether we win a championship or not, that's what I want. I want a team that's relevant year after year. We are in the top 4, top 5 year after year.
Right. With you talking about with a shot at winning the championship?
Yeah, that's all you can do. All the front office can do is build a team that wins games, and it matters.
How's that working for Portland?
You know what? I'd rather be in Portland's shoes, though. At least in Portland's situation, they have a chance year after year after year. They have a chance.
Well, Portland don't have a chance. That's what you missing. They don't have a chance.
They do though.
No, I think
no, they don't. They don't have. No, they have Damian Lillard. They don't have a chance to win. They never had a chance to win.
See, but that same logic will be the same thing you can say about the Bucks. Year after
year,
you
need a top 5 player in the league to win the championship. If you don't have one of those guys, you ain't winning. That's what history shows.
Okay, does that take away from Damian Lillard's play? Like,
no, I never said that. I never said that. I just said how's Portland's process working? It's relevant and winning, and they still have no opportunity to win no championship.
That's not true though. They have an opportunity if the ball bounces the right way in the playoffs.
No.
Okay, so you're saying if you don't have LeBron or KD, you're not gonna win a championship.
Anthony Davis, add Anthony Davis. No, you're not winning.
Joe, let him finish. Let him build on that point because I think we have legit the beginnings of a legit conversation here with my man with Hinton said like building a team because I think when he started when we started, we interrupted and we kind of got away from what he was getting at with Phil Jackson.
My fault.
No. I'm saying because what you interjected was what I was thinking until I heard him come back with the retort. So I was with you. So Hinton, what you're saying is that it should be championship contention or bust every year. Is that what you're getting at?
That's what I want to do. I want to win.
So how do we get there?
I don't know how we get there because we don't have that guy, and we don't have that guy.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, because the only way. Because think about it, you have to have. If you're not building like the Pistons did in both of their championship runs in 91 and 92, 99, 91 and 89, and then the one in 2004, where you got a bunch of A-, B+ players. If you're not building your team that way, you win with superstars.
Right.
And that's facts.
That's not true, though.
That's not always true.
All right, go look it up then. Go look it up.
So let's take
won the championship. Who hit the biggest shot of the whole series? Ray Allen, a role player. When the Lakers won, who hit the biggest shot?
Who was on the team? Who was on the team? Who was on the team?
Bad analogy about Miami.
Who's on the team? Who was on the team? Exactly. The Lakers had Kobe Bryant. The Lakers had Shaq and Kobe Bryant. The Spurs had Tim Duncan. Like, yo, man, this is an argument you cannot win. This is a discussion you can't win.
Right, because even Jordan had Steve Kerr and John and Paxson hitting clutch shots.
Exactly. Come through. It's not just about the stars.
But your superstar is going to get you to that point.
Right. Yeah, I understand what you're saying about getting over the hump. I understand, like the superstar gets you over the hump to the ring. I get that, right?
Exactly, because guess what? All these players, because like our discussion, right? All our discussion, right? Per this discussion, right? All the players that you have without those superstars are mediocre players, aren't they? And they're all role players, right? Right?
Yeah, but I mean, what's the
right? Because you can see it with the Lakers. Did we not beat the Lakers this week, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who did they have?
They had their second unit out there, pretty much.
Exactly. They didn't have LeBron and Anthony Davis, right? When we beat the Bucks the second time, right? Who was missing? Their top four players, right?
What about when we beat them the first time?
But not the first time.
Yeah, not the first time. Yeah, that's right. But I'm talking about
we dropped 30 on them.
Exactly. But we barely won the game with Noir and all those guys scoring 24 and 25 points. Like, so we're not as good as you think we are.
Hinton, I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all, but by your logic,
it's okay.
Man, no, but by your logic, like the way I calculate what you're saying, there's no point in playing at all unless you have a top 5 player on your team. It's no point at all.
No, that's not my point. My point is that I want to win a championship. And what I'm saying is that we're not going to win a championship unless we get one of those top 5 players in the league. If you don't have one of those guys, eventually you're going to have to star search if you don't draft them. And I don't see that player in this draft.
I don't think anybody disagrees with the fact that for a winning Knicks championship team, there will definitely need to be a star on it. I think it's
I can sign off on that
conversation, but it's kind of like two different conversations. Like it then becomes okay. That's going to be a need for the championship Knicks team now. Okay, cool. So this is not that team now. On the way from this team to becoming that team, what are the ways that you get that star? You grow that star, you trade for that star, you draft that star. Those are the only 3 ways you can get to that star. Now, I feel like there's a lot of road left for us in between then and now. I think in my heart of hearts that star is growing on our team in some way, shape, or form. That's what I feel. I feel like it's wrong. Like it might be the wrong idea for us right now to think that star is external, or it's definitely external. Like there's no possibility that it's not somebody from within our ranks that will actually bubble into that star.
And sometimes that can come from getting deep in the playoffs and then somebody just shows up. And now they're here.
I guarantee you.
Jamal Murray.
I guarantee you give RJ a playoff run right now, he will never leave the playoffs. I guarantee you that.
Yes.
That's a big fact. That's a big fact, bro.
I guarantee you, and this is off of his immediate history. I don't know if you. This is the first
Can
time
I interject? Can I interject? Can I interject real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is why I'm angry that they didn't make a trade to make to put themselves in position and not be in a play-in spot.
Yeah, to
you
make
understand?
the team a little bit better.
Because you don't waste seasons. You don't waste seasons. And,
it's not a waste.
They're not wasting a season.
I personally
I know he had a plan. His plan was to soft tank, and Tibbs started winning games, and they never pivoted.
That's a fact.
I think the plan changed from the beginning of the preseason, bro. I think
once Julius Randle started playing at this level, all went right out the window about
Randle and Tibbs. Randle and Tibbs changed this plan, and they didn't pivot. They didn't pivot.
Role players. Shout out whoever said the role players.
These are good problems to have, though. These are good problems to have, because at best, like, you look at a guy like Randle right now, he's a good number 2 on a winning team right now.
He might be a good number 1. We haven't seen him face that.
No, he ain't no number 1.
This is what I was trying to get at. This is what I was trying to get at.
No, he's not number 1.
Why we can't? We still disbelieving in Randle,
because he doesn't have
another. Why he can't get there?
Why
he can't get there?
Because he doesn't have. All right, you can see it. You can see it right now. He doesn't have the emotional intelligence in clutch situations. You can see it.
Hold on a minute. I got a problem.
I heard cats talk so grizzly about Randle last season. Like, I bet you money if I describe this Randle to you that this is the Randle that was going to be this season. Like, if we had this conversation last season, like, yo, I'd be physically assaulted.
Hold on.
Yes.
But how do we know
let's take a back step on that Randle thing, because Randle, his stats, his play has changed, his game has been polished, but he hasn't changed anything really. He does the same stuff,
bro. But his
better.
He
was doing this in NO. He was doing this in NO. Here's the thing. The truth here.
Y'all really disrespecting the guard. Like, yo, y'all really disrespecting his work. This dude is making everybody around him better.
Listen to what I said.
I'm not disrespecting his work. I'm thankful that he's putting in that work, but I'm seeing in clutch situations, and against the Nets and the Philadelphia 76ers, even though he hit the shot, but the more the signs are that his emotional intelligence in clutch situations is not providing
Hey, hold on for a second. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna do something real quick, y'all.
Yeah.
Hold on. Just for a split second. Y'all. I gotta announce something. So we are at 88 likes. Right? And man, this cold is kicking my butt. So we're at 88 likes. Once we get to 100 likes, we're gonna do a Blorange Tears Knicks Morning Drive giveaway. Right? So we're really close. Right? Y'all get those likes up. Once we cross the 100 plateau, I'm gonna ask Chop Low to pick somebody out of the virtual chat so that we can send swag to. And I'm gonna send swag out of the Blorange Tears online mall. And I call it a mall. It's not a big mall. It's a little mall, but it's a mall, right? And so I appreciate everybody's takes and stuff, but you know, I gotta show love. I gotta show love to the fans, to the family, the people that show up here and help support the channel. So what I'm saying right now is we're at 97 likes. Right now we're at 97 likes. So once we get to 100 likes, I'm gonna ask Chop Low, and y'all know him as Supreme System Lord in the chat. I'm gonna ask Chop Low to pick somebody, to just randomly pick somebody from the chat, right? And we're gonna get their information, and we're gonna send them something from we're gonna send them an outfit from the online mall. Right now we're at 97 likes. Choplo, what I'm gonna ask you to do is monitor. Once we get to 100, we're gonna hold up, break, stop the tape, and pick somebody. Right? We're gonna pick somebody. Okay. I'm gonna bring everybody back in, but I just want to make sure that we keep an eye out for the likes. Hoodie Kev, you've been mighty quiet, right? And listen, I know you are co-signing. I know you are co-signing my point. I know you want Reggie Bullock on 2 years, $20 million, and I know you want Alec Burks on 3 years, $25 million, because all that is for two guys that contribute this much. All that is $18 million versus the salary cap. And you can't tell me that you disagree, because not once have you complained about Joakim Noah getting paid more than your starting point guard.
I've sit back and listen, because I hear a lot that, oh, Kevin, don't let nobody talk. Which I let him. One, I can't really do that much talking right now, anyways.
But when you get healthy, I already know what's coming.
So I sit here and I'm listening.
Are you doing our Willis Reed moment right now? Is this a Willis Reed moment? You playing hurt?
I'm here showing support, and to City's point, I only came on for Macri, but I sort of missed Macri, but I was like already here. So I was like, oh well, okay.
Bro, you only came on for me. So you didn't come on here for Uncle Freezie.
I'm always here for Uncle Freezie.
Bro, what kind
what
in the name of rice and gravy are we doing?
We literally have a show together.
Kevin Knox is tearing his family apart.
So, I sit here and I listen to everyone's point. And do I agree with everyone's point? No, definitely not, especially his.
That's fine. And that's fine. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. But see, here's the thing. Me and you are the same. We got two players that don't get any run, but where you go on the extreme of trying to get this guy to play, I've accepted what it is with my player. Sometimes you got to know when
no one to fold him, no one to hold
him. One way.
Wait a minute.
To walk away.
We got 100 likes. So we got 100 likes. We got 100 likes. Thank you, Free Keith. Thank you for Free Keith for bringing it to my attention. We have 100 likes. Are you serious right now? I'm bringing everybody in right now, right? And what I want y'all to do, is not have this be a Knicks conversation, but I want y'all to show appreciation for the family getting this video up to 100 likes. This right here should not.
That's right.
Yo, so we are at 101. Chop Low.
Hey, what's up, Chop?
Chippy Chop, what's the deal?
What up, Chop?
So I don't got my phones. Let me take this picture.
Yo, it's still growing though.
So the video. So we passed 100 likes.
Yep.
Right. Chop. So what I want you to do is pick somebody in the chat, randomly pick a name out of the chat, and we're gonna send them a Blorange Tears bucket, a Knicks Morning Drive tee, and a pair of Blorange Tears joggers.
Whoa. I thought that you were going to send a retro. I thought you were going to send a retro pair of Air Jordan sneakers from 1984. I thought you said you was going to do that.
No, right now.
Retro ones?
Right now we're representing for the fam. We're representing for the fam. We are legit gonna send Blorange Tears swag. Yeah, we can send a Blorange Tears swag to one lucky person.
I'm jealous of that swag.
So Chop, can you hear us?
Yeah. Listen, and right before Keith Gill said 100, because I was looking at somebody else and chat. I'm not biased, but 0.5 said 100 first.
Oh, congratulations, 0.5.
So
0.5.
So 0.5 is the recipient.
My man, 0.5.
Stop low. I'm you know I'm Keith, right?
I know. That's what I said. You know, after. I know that's right.
Yeah, right.
After 0.5 type, I was looking at somebody else.
So,
listen, you know you got stuff in the background because you fam. So what?
Right. Right. No doubt. So we got 100. So Chop Low. Who was the say the recipient of the Blorange Tears swag?
0.5. You heard? 0.5.
0.5 was good. So yeah. So 0.5. I need to get 0.5. I need to get your math, so that you and I can link up, so I can send you the proper stuff. But you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a random. I'm doing something random right now. I got the mouse going up and down, right? And whoever else I land on is gonna get a Blorange Tears bucket hat, right? I'm just doing it random. I'm just doing it random, okay? All right. So the winner of the Blorange Tears bucket is Frederick.
Okay.
Frederick was good. So what I
Christian Fortune I was looking at. I don't know, but okay.
Right. Now, hey, so here's the thing. Here's the thing I want to do, Chop. So here's the thing. This is what I want to do. I want to make sure that 0.5 and Frederick legit get their stuff, right? So I'm typing at 0.5 is the winner of the collection, and who did we say? Frederick, and Frederick is the winner of the bucket, right?
Congrats,
guys.
Congrats, guys.
So congrats to those. So congrats to them. So let me do this real quick. The collection goes to 0.5, and Frederick gets the bucket. All right. So guys, congratulations on winning, and we're gonna work on getting your contact information and the appropriate information so that we can place the order, so that we can go ahead and get this stuff sent out. Now listen, we not sending now. We cheapskates now. So we not sending it overnight. And so we're not sending it overnight. We're gonna place the order, and you gotta wait for it to be delivered. But look,
y'all ain't never getting that shit.
It's the same.
That shit gonna come in the
You ain't right, man. You ain't right, man.
Yo, they hard.
Yeah, so congratulations to the winners. And listen, it's a show of appreciation to the Blorange Tears family.
Absolutely.
Okay, we appreciate y'all for getting the video up to 100 likes. I'm gonna place the order in a little bit, and once I get all the information, and then the stuff will be sent to you. You should get a confirmation email from the site letting you know that the stuff is gonna be on the way, and then that way you can track it and all that stuff from there, right? So thanks again for everybody for getting the video up to 100 likes or whatever. This was dope.
On some other news, I got COVID right now.
Oh,
man,
what
if you
you
don't
doing out and about, bro?
What are you
I'm
doing?
in my car, bro.
What are you doing smoking?
Oh man, I've been smoking.
You got COVID. Bro, you think Newport's gonna make you better?
No, I know, motherfucker.
Dude gonna get us demonetized.
Right. Hey, Morocco Joe, you need to get your life together, bro. you need to get your life together.
So, look. I'm out of work and stuff because of it. I missed like the last 6 days, man. Right. But like last night, I was struggling a little bit. I was like coughing and stuff. But I'm good now. See, I feel like I'm Gucci. I'm about to go get another test. I think I'm good. I think
another test.
He like Joe Biden. I have the answer to COVID.
It's Lucky Strike.
He like like Newport shorts in the box.
Keeping the bean, it's honest.
Oh man, we love you. Take care of yourself, brother.
No, I'm good. I'm Gucci. But that's why I've been on the chat. That's why I've been on the show so much. Because I ain't got to work. You know what I'm saying? I've been sitting in my car just telling. And I'm still getting paid too. That's the nice part. You know
absolutely.
But it really ain't been that bad though. I just lost my sense of taste. Like that's when I got the test or whatever. But I live in Florida, man. We don't really care about that shit out here. We don't even care about COVID.
That's the problem.
That's the problem, yo.
That is the problem. Y'all don't care, man. I'm trying to
Hey,
travel,
so
my
in
dude.
this case, it would normally be cool, but now y'all messing it up for the rest of us, man. Like y'all need to give a little bit of.
Man.
No, it's Florida, man. We good.
And it's and the young people too. And he's one of the young people.
I ain't young. I'm old.
Right.
You younger than 40 though, right?
Yeah, I'm 33.
Yeah, you part of the problem.
You the young OG. They were you.
Hey, so let me
look. Once they told me I had it, I ain't been nowhere, dog. I've been in my car.
Right. Hey, so let me do something real quick because I want to make sure that we don't miss out on our opportunity. Hey, 0.5 and Frederick, I need for y'all to reach out to me. Can y'all reach out to me on Twitter? DM me on Twitter with y'all contact information, and then that way I can work on getting y'all stuff sent to you because I want to get the stuff sent out right away. Right, I legit want to work on getting this sent out right away. This ain't no sham. We want y'all to rock that Blorange Tears stuff.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln's real.
Right. Cornerstone. Cornerstone Cav. Jonathan Macri said that restraining order of 500 feet is real.
It's real. Yes. It sure is.
Hey, 500 feet does not mean 499.
499. Hey guys, I gotta get off, man. But I love y'all, man. We're gonna get this win tonight, and we're gonna make it 5 in a row. And
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and Bullock gonna score 19, and Burks is gonna go for 30. So there you go. Bullet. All right, guys, love y'all. Take care. Okay. All right.
I don't love you.
All right.
I don't love you, but stay safe.
I know you. Hey, CP. I know you don't, but I know Kevin don't. Rudy Kevin don't love me.
I have no ill feelings towards anyone, just people's asinine takes.
All right, guys, take care.
All right, let me say something.
Every time I try to go at him, he always gonna run and disappear. He can't listen. He does not.
As soon as he got back on the mic, he jumped out the window on you. As soon as he got back on, that shit was hilarious.
Hey, Kev, let me do something right real quick, because me and Free Keith have been chopping it up for a minute. I would love to see Hinton, CP, and Kev talk about the franchise building aspect of because CP the artist is a tanker. He a wankster. You know what I'm saying? He a flat out wankster when it comes to this franchise building.
I am Machiavelli to you. I'm Machiavelli to you.
No, you Machiavelli. You want to be Machiavelli. You Machiavelli. You Machiavellian. Like you Machiavelli light. Right? You diet Pepsi. You're not Pepsi, you diet Pepsi when it comes to this. Right? Cause I just can't respect that. But
you love the sugar. And you love the sugar. Don't you? You love the sugar. All right. I'm about to say something that ain't sweet. There's a quote by Marcus Aurelius, right? He says that the universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. So I think me and my fellow stoic Hoodie Kev, we are both stoics and we're both pragmatic people. Is this that we're not saying anything that is unreasonable to the point that we get all this vitriol and hate. What we're saying is we're seeing things from a different perspective that is from a stoic. It's basically you have to show me for before I could believe you. And I believe it's just that having this mindset that everything is perfect is not a reality that I share, and no one should share. And I don't think people are saying everything is perfect, but I'm just saying that it's not as bright as what you guys are making.
Up and down, and things are perfect. They love being They love being 2 games over 500. Like with championship contenders. Are we winning? We're like, no, we're literally a 500 team. But you swear up and down, they is ready for the confetti to drop at any second.
Right.
And it's like, no, accept mediocrity for what it is. I'm not painting a picture. I'm not painting the Mona Lisa. And then the outcome of the painting is like dogs playing cards.
Yeah. Or a stick figure. Yeah.
It's like, no, it is what it is. And when you have mediocre, inconsistent players who are the main contributors, what you're going to get is mediocre, inconsistent play. And all I'm saying is, if you're getting this result with these players, you are mediocre. Like I hold firm to my beliefs. Alec Burks is not getting any better at this stage of his career.
He is what he is.
Reggie Bullock is not getting any better at this stage of his career. Nerlens Noel is not getting any better. Taj definitely ain't getting any better. But you know who could get better? Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina.
No, we're not gonna start this we're not gonna start this conversation.
No, he's right. He's right.
No, they could get better, but they can't get better sitting on the bench. Alec Burks is who he is. He is who he is. Reggie Bullock is who he is. But Frank and Knox and Obi, they could be better.
Right.
They cannot get better by not playing. Name one young player that's gotten better by not playing.
Right.
Jermaine O'Neal.
Who?
Jermaine O'Neal.
Yeah, but Jermaine was
he sat for 4 years, and then they traded him, and then you found out he was great on the Pacers.
Yeah, but
that's what you want. So hold on. You want to sit kids, and then have them go somewhere else and have them be great, and then have egg in your face because your franchise can't get over the hump.
Yeah, but Jermaine O'Neal, he had spot minutes, but it wasn't like he wasn't like DMP.
Isn't that what they're doing with Obi?
And listen,
yeah, but
if I'm playing behind, Rasheed Wallace, and Brian Grant.
And he's been playing behind Julius. He's been playing behind Julius. So what's the problem?
I named 3 players. You named 1. I named 3. So I can see if Alec Burks was Rasheed Wallace. He ain't.
What does this have to do with franchise building?
Exactly.
It has everything to do with franchise building.
It has nothing to do with franchise building.
Those guys are not good enough to play right now. Those guys are not good enough to play right now.
Yeah, but what's the point of having a draft? What's the point of having a draft? Right? If you're not going to use those players, you might as well just trade the draft picks. Then every Knicks fan, don't complain that our draft picks ain't working out. If they're not working out, who do you blame? You got to blame. You put the onus on the franchise for underdevelopment. And if you believe as a Knicks fan that these draft picks don't matter, then don't complain when we need to trade our future draft picks, because you can't have it both ways. If this is the case, that Frank Ntilikina, Kevin Knox, and Obi, whatever, their playing time doesn't matter, then trade every single future picks, because you can't have it both ways. You can't have your rice and then your pizza and use it as a freaking hors d'oeuvre. You know what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. Bad analogy, but I was going off on the rant.
The only thing I'm saying is this.
Oh, man.
I look long term, and I do not believe wholeheartedly. I don't care. I don't believe wholeheartedly Burks or Bullock or Taj or Nerlens are long-term solutions to what the problem is. Because
they've gotten you to this point. So you
2 games over 500, mediocre basketball is great.
we've gone from trash, but we're going from trash to mediocre.
And this
You should
comes
be
from a
happy
person,
with that.
This comes from a person who literally came out of their mouth early and said, "All I want is championships."
Yes, but I still know there's a process to it. So I
How
can
is that
see the whole
process?
picture
Well,
because I can see the big picture.
Your
I see the
process,
big picture.
But
obviously
Kev,
not.
this season,
You just don't agree because you are a Kevin Knox guy, you are a tanker, you are all that stuff, but there's still multiple
Why does
processes
it
to getting to
correlate
that
to
point.
playing? Hold on, no.
There are multiple processes to get to that point.
Because you don't feel a player is good does not mean by
No, there's
playing this
proof that
player.
that player is not. No, there's not field. I know
where's the
that player is
proof?
not good.
Where's the proof? Because I gave you plenty of proof.
All right. So check this out. Let me get to this point. I'm gonna tell you why I know he's not good. Let me tell you why I know he's not good. Let me tell you why I know he's not good.
Okay.
All right. The Spurs game, right? Kevin Knox was standing at the 3-point line, right?
What Spurs game?
The Spurs game. We only played the Spurs once, right?
Oh,
this dude took he got the ball at the 3-point line. He dribbled through the defense, hit the corner, right? He went all the way to the corner and took the same three when he was open at the top of the 3-point line. Then 5 minutes later, he got the ball in the same spot and then took the damn three and made it. Like he has no IQ of what the hell he is doing sometimes. He's lost out there still 3 years in.
Listen,
But
if I went down
everybody played bad.
Hold on, CP. If I went down the long ass list of shit that Reggie Bullock does that don't make no sense, we'd be on here for hours at a time.
But he's still
you
your best.
name one.
But
You
he's
name
still your
one
best
player
defensive.
that Kevin Knox
Yo,
said
he's still
he
your
ain't got no IQ.
But you know what he does? He plays defense. He plays defense. He plays defense every night.
Forget that. If I went down the
He does that every night.
that Reggie Bullock does to show he has low IQ, I would literally be on this show for hours at a time. I'm literally about to lose my voice again because you just said
you still
Kevin
mad
Knox
because
has low IQ.
you're still
Stop
mad
it.
because he
No,
fouls
you
at the
said-
3-point line just like Bullock. He does the same things that Bullock does. But you know what he does do? He
You
plays
literally
defense.
just named one play. Well, because
And
no,
he
this isn't about
consistent-
playing defense. This is you just said something about Kevin Knox's IQ, and I said Reggie Bullock has low IQ too. And yet I have people
They
who said
do
let's
the same
re-sign.
thing. They both foul guys at the 3-point line, so that's all you have.
literally have just said
Let me
people want to
chime in.
re-sign Reggie Bullock,
Let me
and he
chime
has
in
low
there.
IQ. But because you
Resign
think
Reggie Bullock. 2 years, 20 million.
you think that because Reggie Bullock has all of a sudden some kind of first
Hoodie
team
Kev,
all
Hoodie
NBA
Kev.
defense,
I don't even
that
care.
you
I
have
don't
an
even,
issue.
I don't even really care in the big picture things because I know both of them won't be here when we win the championship. So you can get emotional all you want about it.
Why do you think that we about to win a championship? You know, this is ridiculous.
Let
Because
me
there's
chime in.
30 NBA teams.
Go ahead, chime in.
And
Go ahead,
you
chime
feel
in.
like
I'll
we
tell you this.
we got a ticket that says the New York Knicks are going to win a championship in
I'll tell
X
you this,
year.
Hoodie Kev, listen here, man. I agree with what Hitton is saying. Obviously, neither one of them is probably not going to be here when we get to the level of winning a championship. I think that's what
Thank
we're talking
you. Like cats are
When
so
we get to
stuck
that
on
level.
today. Like like we're not cemented into today.
Yeah,
Like
hold on a minute.
Exactly.
I do have something to say. I
Like
do
what
have
in
something
the
to say.
Lord?
When it
My
comes to
whole
Kevin Knox,
argument,
hold on a
the
minute.
entire argument I've been trying to make isn't about today.
Well, how do we get
Everything
there?
I've ever
The
said has
argument
never
is
been
The
about
future,
how do we
today.
get there?
the future
How do we get there?
forecasting is all built onto like what you're seeing today. All of us. There is not a guy even that you're arguing against who are like, oh, this is the championship team. Like we
No,
know that this
we
isn't
know
the championship team, but we
We're
also
trying to figure out how to get there.
know that we're not just going to go from the lottery to the chip. That
Yeah,
it's
that's
going
the
to be a process, and some of us are just celebrating the process as we see us moving forward.
Right.
That's a bad
I
thing
think
to
that's the
celebrate.
biggest point. We
That's a
all
bad
want
thing to celebrate.
Hey, hold on. Let me.
Everything.
Wait a minute.
All
Hold
of
on,
this
Kev.
is progress. All of this is progress.
Hey, Free Keith, let me hold on, Free Keith, for just a second, man. Hey, 0.5, what's good?
Hey, Uncle Freezie, what's good? What's good with you?
Hey, congratulations, boss.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Hey,
You know.
so do you see the private chat link?
Yeah, I was back. I was in the back chat. It was just blank though. I had sent you a DM on Twitter.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
No, I don't have
all right.
it. I've been looking for it the whole time since you mentioned it.
All right, so I'm because
do me a favor. Just can you put your email? Just put your email address in the
Yeah.
private chat.
I got
And then
I got
that
you
way
right now.
I'll email you, and then that way we can exchange the math so we can get your stuff out to you.
Yes,
you see
sir,
what
definitely.
So you see what Chapo put? Right.
Yeah, I see chat right now.
Yeah. So when you put your joint in there, man, I'm gonna go ahead and email you, and then that way, me and you and I can.
Oh, wait, I spelled that. Hold on, let me.
How you spell your joint? Fam. Wow.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Uncle Freezie, I appreciate that, man. You too, I appreciate the love. You know, Knicks all day, man.
It's nothing but love, bro. It's nothing but love, bro. We gonna grow this channel, man, and we gonna continue to show love for each other by doing stuff like this, man. My only thing is I'm just gonna ask you to enjoy the stuff.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Ain't no strings attached to none of this stuff, man. We ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? This ain't kicks for clicks. We legit just want to reward the family for coming through and support.
Yes, sir. Yep. And appreciate the content. Y'all do a wonderful job. Amazing. I love waking up, love going to sleep to Knicks talk. So definitely.
Man. Hey, so I gotta bring Hoodie Cav back in because you know he go mean.
I'm gonna hop back in the virtual chat. Appreciate it. Thank you again.
Hey man, hey, no doubt. I'm gonna hit you up in a few minutes.
All right, yep, definitely.
All right, peace, bro.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Let me respond to Hoodie Cav, please.
Go ahead, go.
All right. So for the Knox talk, right? I hope Knox can someday reach his potential. Hopefully it's with the New York Knicks. But I will just say this, man. If you think that the front office in our team is doing the wrong thing, and you think that Thibodeau is doing the wrong thing by not playing him, how is Quickly getting a lot of time? How is that happening? If you think that
Quickly's minutes have been cut.
Quickly is just
getting cut.
No, he deserves the time. He is playing harder in practice. He is busting his matchup in practice, and he is professional. Maybe Kevin Knox is not professional and about his business, and that's why he doesn't get time. We don't know that. We don't see that. We don't have privy to that. Because of this COVID, really, they used to be able to film practice. Now they don't even do that. Media is not allowed in, so we don't even know. Maybe Kevin Knox is a bum in practice. He's not professional, shows up late. Maybe he's doing something behind the scenes you just don't know. You can't just gift this man minutes when Reggie Bullock is better right now. He's better. Like, you got to make him earn the time. And I'm sorry.
Mary and Joseph, what did I come back to? I can't deal with this.
Who was Kenny Payne and all these cats from Kentucky brought here for? Who was they brought here for?
Let me ask you. I want to ask.
Who were they brought here for?
Everybody, the whole team. Does Kenny Payne
Who
only
was
coach
it
2 players?
that they were brought here for?
Does Kenny Payne only coach 2 players?
Wasn't it for?
Does Kenny Payne only coach 2 players?
Wasn't Knox one of the beneficiaries that everybody said that this is why he was here for?
Allegedly.
Hold on.
No, and that speaks to me like their interest in developing Knox. No.
Time out.
No. Is that a bad assertion to make? That there was an interest in developing Knox?
I think it is a bad assertion. Because number one, you have to play to get better. But
everybody thought that Randle.
Hold on, Keith.
Who did all those people from Kentucky come for? But the Kentuckians.
But he could have been for their star player, Julius Randle, and sure. But the thing is that one thing you're missing is Thibodeau does not care about the kids. He's Planned Parenthood, man. He don't care about the kids. He's Planned Parenthood.
We care about the kids. He cares about winning.
Listen.
He cares about winning.
Listen. Like I keep on saying, you can't have it both ways. You can't have every single veteran be playing and develop and not have the kids developing. It's like I was screaming at my lugs when RJ did not play the fourth quarter. RJ is our future. You guys just said.
You
none
really
of these
complained about him not
guys-
playing the other
you
night?
said, yes, I did. No, you guys
he
just
did.
said that Burke and potentially Kevin Knox will not be here in the future. Then why is Thibodeau? Why are we allowing Thibodeau to bench our franchise in the fourth quarter with a lead to a sub 500 team?
Because
Knicks fans make me sick.
he didn't play.
You Knicks fans make me sick
those
because
guys
you
on the
want to know
bench
why?
might not be here
You
either.
know,
That
you
those
wanna know
guys
why
might
you
not
Knicks
be
fans
here
make me
either.
sick? You Knicks fans make me sick because
Najee
you
Marshall locked him up the other day. That's why he didn't play.
Listen, you know what? I'm gonna stop yelling because my girl says, babe, you should stop yelling because you look like an idiot. So I'm gonna listen to my girl.
CP
CP
the artist. Hey, CP the artist. You know what's happening? The reason why I don't think they feeling you is because I hadn't put you on ISO cam. Let me put you back on ISO cam, bro. This is where you should be. This is where we put stars at. And look, I know Hoodie Kev is mad jealous right now. He gonna text me later on like, it's supposed to be 80-20. 80% Hoodie Kev on ISO cam, 20% the entire Blorange to his family. You know what I'm saying? So I get it.
Right now,
so let me
fighting through injury right now because I'm literally about to lose my voice again.
I got COVID, motherfucker. What you talking about?
You got COVID sitting in the car smoking a cigarette.
COVID over here.
You got COVID sitting in the car smoking a cigarette. So clearly you don't think it's that big of a deal.
So just for the record, a Newport shorts in a box is not a regular cigarette.
It's 100. I smoke 100.
Whoa.
Gotta have them locks, bro.
Right,
Do off the green line for all my jailhouse folks. They know what time it is.
Right.
Listen. The key to a franchise future is developing the young assets into future goods. Even if you do not want those young players on the team, using them as trade chips and developing them even just serviceable trade chips will be beneficial to the team, that you could get better. We use examples as the Lakers. They traded their young core. You know what I mean? That had their issues also, but to get better with like a AD, to have players rot on the bench is a disservice to the future of your franchise. Whether or not you accept this overachievement that the Knicks are doing or not, okay, fine. No one's gonna knock you. No one should knock you for that. But don't say a banana peel is a fruit. It's not. A banana peel is just a banana peel that was part of the fruit. You know what I'm saying? It's the leftovers. Now, the future is going to lie in our young core. You know what I'm saying? Whether we feel like they're not going to pay anything or whatever, we have to use them somehow, either for trade chips to get better players or for future endeavors. You know what I'm saying? So my only thing is that optimism is great, but don't tell me that banana peel is a fruit. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I'm not personally not saying that,
bro.
Saying that
What?
we can't trade Kevin Knox or trade Frank. I'm not saying that. Or, I'm just saying if they're not performing in a level in practice to earn the time by Thibodeau's standard, then maybe they're not the answer. And putting them out there right now is going to be worse
understand that,
for their
but you
development.
know what?
Hold on a minute, I didn't interrupt you, bro. I interrupted you. Maybe putting them out there now is going to be worse for their development, and letting them get embarrassed out there, that might be worse for them. Maybe in the long run, holding them back and knowing they're not ready yet is a right decision. You can't question that because
Knicks
one,
fans,
we don't
do
really know
not
what
care.
will happen if you put them out there right now.
You
Maybe
Knicks
they
fans
really
do not
fuck up.
care about you about development, and you guys got to be honest about it. You don't care about you care about your self-esteem being okay with sub or a little bit above 500 record. That's
Well, no,
it.
that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true, man.
We appreciate it as part of the process of getting there. That's what we appreciate. We appreciate that we were a 21-win team, a 17-win team, and now we are a above 500 team towards the end of the season. We are part of that's on the road. That's on the road to greatness, and we're celebrating the road as we're traversing it.
We've gone from trash to mediocre. We should be let's be happy with that.
We're appreciating
on the road to greatness. On the road to greatness.
Forward.
On the road to greatness would be that this team was utilizing its youth with this record.
No, that's what you think is on that road. That's what you think is on that road.
It's on everybody's road.
They have determined otherwise.
On everybody's road.
They have determined otherwise. Maybe those two youth that don't play are trash. Maybe they are trash. Maybe
on the road to greatness. On the road to greatness, sir, would be that we were doing this same exact level of success. My air quotes. With younger players that will just get better.
Your opinion. That's your opinion.
It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact because
that's
not a fact.
When have you that we did it with the people we did it with? That's the only fact.
You guys just said
quickly, bro. Look at quickly. How does quickly get time? How does that happen if you think they're just crumbling up the young players and throwing them in the trash? How does quickly?
Quickly's minutes have been cut. Quickly's minutes have been cut.
Right.
Quickly's minutes have been cut.
Right, and RJ Barrett starts, bro, when he's 20. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. He's playing youth. They're just not good enough. Maybe they're not good enough.
It's only two youth that don't get played.
Can I say something?
Yo, you guys, can I add on? You still have to look at the 76ers process too. Look how many young kids they went through that they got rid of, and they only have really 2 left from their building process.
Gone.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And you said that. Now I got an ISO. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got an ISO in the fourth quarter on this, just because of what Hinton said. Yo. We saying this thing about the youth, and I'm here to tell you, y'all complaining about Knox and Frank not getting minutes, bro. Let me give y'all a history lesson. Leon Rose got here. First thing he did was cut Kadeem Allen, right? Then he cut Alonzo Trier, right? He traded Dennis Smith Jr. He traded Ignas Brazdeikis. Okay, he cut Terrence Ferguson. He cut Poirier, right? He cut Jacob Evans, okay? He cut Amari Spellman, right? I'm here to tell you, y'all are talking about the youth this and the youth that. If Leon Rose didn't value Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickley, Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, they would not be here, okay? If he didn't value these young players, they wouldn't be here, right? And at the same time, just because you're on the roster doesn't mean somebody owes you something. That's the thing with these young kids now. You feel just because you got drafted, the franchise owes you something? How about earn something? What are we talking about? Kevin Knox ain't getting minutes, so the season sucked because Kevin Knox ain't getting minutes. That's the most ridiculous take I've ever heard in my life. Wanksters be like, yo, if we ain't tanking, we ain't winning. No, bro. If you ain't winning, you ain't winning. Get out of here. This take is ridiculous. I appreciate the kids, and I want them to get better, but they got to earn these minutes. Because winning is not guaranteed to anybody. Ask the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been trying to win forever. Winning ain't guaranteed to nobody. This moment that we in, you need to appreciate it. Because winning, health, all these things are not guaranteed to nobody. We cut a whole bunch of kids to get to this point right here that we at, right? And Knox is still here. Frank is still here. And y'all are like, yo, you got to play such and such and such and such. You owe it to him. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to get better just by playing. How about get your body right? How about get stronger in the gym? right? In the weight room. That's not on the NBA floor. The weight room is not on the NBA floor. And I know where y'all going. Y'all want the kids to play. Y'all want them to tank. But you have never seen an NBA champion roll out 12 or 13, 20-year-old kids. It don't happen, bro. You have never seen an NBA champion have a starting five of a bunch of dudes 21 years and younger holding up the Larry O'Brien trophy. It don't work like that. It don't work. This is not NBA 2K, right? You don't draft. You don't just get a whole bunch of draft picks and put them on the floor and expect them to win a championship. It's a process. And right now we're in the middle of the process. Not even in the middle. We're starting the process, right? This whole take is ridiculous. If you're a tankster wankster, then that meant you're a tankster wankster. But don't claim that your view is right. If you're a tankster wankster, admit it, right? Like, hey, I want to take 2 steps back so that we can take 3 steps forward in the future. But don't be like, yo, y'all winning right now is wrong. It's crazy to me. Let me get out the way, man. Y'all see Peter R.
Yo, we should be happy. Tonight we're playing the Mavericks. We should not even be arguing about these kids yet. All these arguments that we're having should be about the offseason.
I want to clarify something right quick because I think a lot of times stuff that I say comes off
tankster wanksters.
Misconstrued.
Talk about Reggie Bullock suck. And Reggie Bullock been our best defender all year.
You are the most disingenuous.
If I may say something, again, if I may be able to finish. So, I don't believe in
see Peter Artis, look.
Looking like Cartman over there. South Park. South Park is missing you, man.
I don't believe in tanking. I want to win. I came into this season thinking this was a playoff team. Do I have issues with how the team is ran? Yeah, I do. I think that's my thing. I feel like there's nothing wrong with me having an issue with how the team is ran. I still want success. I still want wins. I just feel you can get the same. Let me clarify this. I feel it is my opinion. You can get the same results, if not better results, if you actually played the people who could get better as they continue to play. I just feel, oh God, I'm trying to struggle right now. I just feel like just because I say play Kevin Knox does not mean I want to tank. One, there is, and to some other people's points,
that would happen though. You would be tanking if you play Kevin Knox.
That's your opinion. Your opinion is if Kevin Knox played. No, Kevin Knox is not terrible. Kevin Knox is just a victim of the circumstance of the position that he plays.
Yo, come on.
It does not mean that. Let me ask you a question. I want to ask a question.
He's the only small forward on the team for real.
Exactly. Exactly. Let me clarify.
He beat out Mo Harkless last year.
Yo, like by position, he's literally the only full-time small forward.
I'm going to break down. I'm going to break down.
For time. I don't get it.
Okay, I would like everyone to give me 2 minutes.
No,
let me finish.
No, man, because we don't want to talk about Kevin Knox no more, man. He's not playing.
Break down Tom
Thibodeau's
defensive philosophy.
Hey, State, you on mute. State,
Tom Thibodeau.
State, we can't hear
Thibodeau.
Oh, I was
rotates.
Hey, yo, Kev, what's up, Kev? Hey, yo, Kev, what's up, Kev? Yo, Keith, what's up, Keith? Yo, Kev, real quick, right?
He didn't even say, what's up, Uncle Freezie?
Yo,
what
Uncle
kind of friend
Freezie,
are you?
What
kind of friend are you, boss?
Yo, Uncle Freezie, I was saying what's up, but my joint was on mute, man. My fault, man. Yo, fellas, what's up?
Hey, State, look, State, I got something for you. State, I got something for you.
Go ahead.
You want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
You want me to give it to you? I got something for you. You ready for it?
Yeah, man.
I hope you enjoyed that gift, bro. I hope you enjoyed that.
All right. Good looking. Yo, Kev, look, listen.
Hey, that's my dog
Kev,
right there, though.
I be mad at the vets too, bro. I'm right with you. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I understand what you're saying, bro. But it comes to a point where Kevin Knox, and I'm a Kevin Knox fan. I don't care what nobody else on this panel say. It comes to a point where he needs to be reprogrammed. He doesn't need to play right now.
That takes time.
I need him to sit and watch Bullock and watch Burks right now. That's what I need him to do. I'm not worried.
Hold on. So there's an article.
Listen, real quick. Knox he's on his 3rd year. He's not in his 4th year right now. We don't need to worry about him right now. If an injury occurs, then he will play. Until then, we winning. We don't got to mess this up right now. Just let him sit and learn.
Thank you. That's what I've been preaching.
Let him sit and learn.
And you'll know what you and you'll
be good. We win.
Agreed. State and guess what? You know how you agree with this? If you let Reggie Bullock go and you don't resign anybody, you'll know he's ready to play.
There it is.
So just watch the process. Exactly.
Okay. So
that's exactly like you got to chill with this.
That Woj put right. There's an article that Woj put. It was about Mikal Bridges, who was drafted after Kevin Knox. Right.
He's played 4 years of college. It's 2 different things.
Thank you.
But
Kevin Knox was 19
when he came in the league. Like,
that's a big deal.
Please finish a damn statement. I barely have a voice. I will let y'all talk. I promise I will let y'all talk.
We already know what you're about to say. We already know what you're about to say.
Hold on, Hitler,
man.
All right, go ahead.
Unless your name is Charles Xavier, you have no idea what I'm about to say.
Yes, I do.
Unless you are an X-Man, you have no idea what I'm about to say.
You are invoking your night boat BS on this daytime crap, and we not for that.
I'm dying.
You have no idea what the argument is.
This is the morning drive.
This the morning. We don't do that. Keep that. Keep that joint moving. I'm gonna let you talk, but just keep that moving.
Statement, Professor X, before you put me in a coma.
Go ahead, say what you guys say, because we heard this like 4 months ago. I promise you.
What did you hear 4 months ago?
What you about to say in 2 seconds?
About Mikal Bridges?
I just told you about Mikal Bridges.
He played 4 years. That's it. That's the only thing he played 4 years.
He played 4 years of college. He was already ahead of Kevin Knox. You took Kevin Knox on the talent, because that's what Perry likes to draft. All right. What is it? He would be playing better than Kevin right now. He's getting 7 points. He's getting 17 points a game. He plays with Chris Paul, yada, yada, yada. What you got to say? Go ahead. Go ahead.
So yes, he plays with Chris Paul. And I like to say that Chris Paul makes a lot of people who's ever played with better.
Absolutely. If you had a point guard like Chris Paul play,
he would actually be my vote for MVP this year, but all right.
What?
Let Kev have his point. Let's Kev have his point. Go ahead, man.
The point is, and this is actually to Delano Steele. And because I was bringing in other people. I said Mikal Bridges first, and you cut me off. Thank you very much, Professor X.
Because it relates back to Kevin.
You have Mikal Bridges in Phoenix, and he's averaging 17 points or whatever. And you have Michael Porter Jr. in Denver, right? And then we talk about Kevin Knox, and we're like, Kevin Knox is trash because of the environment. The environment that the other two players have been in.
You need some honey and tea.
I don't have honey and tea. Okay. Everybody keeps saying that like it's not something that I don't know. Like it's not something I haven't been doing. Which is fine, but then I come on here and just try to start from point A all over again.
How about gargle with some salt water? Pause.
I've literally done everything. Everything that you can think of. I've been doing this for a week and a half because I keep having to come on these shows and have to just go berserk over people's takes that makes no sense. And then I had to interject to let me even get one word in so that y'all can go back to talking so I don't have to talk as much. So anyways, let me please finish what I was going to say because I still haven't even said anything yet. So you have these players who were in positions to be successful where you have Michael Porter Jr. in a perfect position to play with the best center in basketball and one of the best young guards in basketball under a great coach in Mike Malone. You have Mikal Bridges in a situation where he's under I just had his name, Monty Williams, who is one of the great people in the game of basketball. Monty Williams is. You have him playing with Jamal Crawford in his career, playing with Chris Paul in his career, playing off a person who should be a perennial all-star in Devin Booker throughout his career. And yet we sit here and we say, Kevin Knox got drafted to a team that for a year, almost a year and a half, had David Fizdale, one of the great used car salesmen in the history of basketball. Then Mike Miller. Then had the audacity of his organization bringing a bunch of players who played his same position, who weren't even better, who had a head coach who's, I believe, deliberately sabotaged everything about his game. Because mentally, and I say this, and no one can ever dispute this, and you can lean back in the couch, you can sit, you can have a pina colada. Nobody said one thing about Kevin Knox's mental or his heart, his rookie season. Nobody said anything about that his rookie season.
This is
Can
a
we stop
redundant
this
conversation, man.
nonsense, yo? Please stop it with the QAnon conspiracy theory. These are $1 million investments, my guy.
That $1 million, you're
they
right.
are $1 million
investments doing
by
nothing.
a team. Each one of those players represents millions of dollars invested. Like, they are not trying to sabotage the guys on their team, brother. That's
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Only point that I was trying to make, and I think Kevin, it's this, right? Young players have never survived in New York. The reason why? Because fans don't have the patience through a losing season. We want to mention Mikal Bridges, who was drafted after Knox. I'm looking at his stats. He played 82 games, 73 games, right? I guess last year was because of COVID. And he's gotten better and better, right? He's averaged 29, 30 minutes per game. That team didn't care that he was only averaging 8 points a game, 9 points a game, and then finally almost 13 points a game. Because they were more invested in seeing where he was going to develop. But Knicks fans, if you're Frank Ntilikina, if you're Kevin Knox, if you're Obi, we don't care about your development. We care about how is this going to contribute to winning. So let's stop lying to ourselves that, we care about the future and so forth and so on. We don't care.
Can I ask you a question? It's about Frank, right? How many coaches have the Knicks had?
5. I don't know, 5, 10. I don't know. I lost
and for
count.
some reason, he can't even beat these guys out. I think the coaches know what they're looking at when they see that guy.
But do you understand though?
I do understand. But that's why exactly what I'm saying. Do you understand? He's been here 4 years, 5 coaches, and they're looking at him. And he had Fizdale for 2. And yeah, he gets injured all the time. But even when he's playing, they still put people in front of him because he's not better than them.
No, because all those coaches were more concerned about not losing their job than putting an unfinished product like Frank Ntilikina to develop. It goes back to my same point. Knicks fans want to win. They don't want to develop. They want to win. That's why when a younger team, a younger player could go to some place like Cleveland or whatever, and I'll give you one, San Antonio, and become a serviceable piece to a playoff team because that fan base and that organization is focused on their development. There's a YouTube site. It's called Wasted Talent, right? Or something like that, where it chronicles all these potential players, right? And how the franchise didn't develop them. You do not develop putting somebody on the bench. You live and die with their mistakes. But Knicks fans and Knicks coaches don't want that. And only point that me and Kevin are making, right, is that you bring this same team in 2021 back for 2022, you get a little bit over 500 team. All we're saying is that having the most assets, right, and developing them, like what Brooklyn did. Brooklyn, don't tell me that Dunwoody was Dunwoody before he was Dunwoody, right? And all those other players, they got better but Brooklyn has low expectations in Brooklyn at the time, but they still developed that team. That's all we're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool story, bro. But like the idea behind this whole thing is that it's sport, and in sport, the far and overwhelming thing to do is to win. Winning is the reason. Winning is the goal. Winning
Exactly
is the reason why
you're making my point. You're making my point.
I'm not saying that development doesn't have to go on inside of that or this, that, and the other, but like winning is the aim, because that's even the aim of the development, is to create a winning player. Winning. I listen to guys like Tibbs since he got here, in every press conference he's given, he's talking about his highest priority is winning. So I believe that he's putting the team in the best situation that he sees fit to win. And the results have borne out what they've borne out.
Okay.
Do I think everything is perfect?
Let me ask you something.
But I feel like if Kevin Knox put us in the best situation to win, he'd be playing. Why? Why do I say that? Why do I say that? Because he has two guys. There are two guys who are drafted this year who actually see the floor, and he doesn't. There are two guys drafted this year that sees the floor, and four-year rookie Frank doesn't.
Yes, that is
why.
fact.
Yeah, I have to ask myself a question as to why. Like,
I'll tell you why. Because at Tibbs' age, he has no room to wait.
Scrubs?
Yeah, exactly. He has no room to wait. The point that I was trying to make, right? You just said it all has to do with winning.
That's in sport.
I made this analogy.
Fan of any team wants them to win. They want wins. Any fan of any team.
Yes, I got that. I hear what you're saying. But here's the thing, right? You don't pick up $1 if you have $100 down the road. You don't worry about that 100. You don't worry about the $1. You go for the $100, right? And the $100 is the long term process of Kevin Knox. Not Kevin. I'll say Kevin Knox, but R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, who is out, right, is the same player that he's been the last 3 years, who was drafted the same year as Kevin Knox, right? He hasn't developed a post game. He hasn't developed a mid-range game, right? I put that on the franchise because the franchise has to start working in those kinks and those things to make him a better player for the future. Now, if he walks this summer, right, which I hope they keep him, right, it's another thing of saying, hey, you know what? We want to win now without you. Go on, say something.
Well, they have a team option, so I don't think he can leave anyway. But I don't. Yeah, I was in the middle of something.
My thing is like,
I disagree with the nihilistic view that you guys that specifically some of you guys who feel like we're locked into something just because we're here, and some of us agree that where we're at right now is a good place. Like, I see, like, where you could kill someone outright. You could also accomplish the job really slowly, death by 1,000 cuts. And I feel like Leon is doing death by 1,000 cuts. Like cats want bigger, dramatic moves to see, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. I think like really Leon is mastering making very, very small moves.
I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you. And I will say this. In my I have to realize this, and I'm going to shut this down by saying that what I want has already sailed. This team is destined to win now, and we have a coach that is looking to win now. My pick for a coach was actually to bring back Mike Miller, because I was like, you know what?
Me too, actually.
Yeah, but I don't think that the Cards are into that now. I think we have a win now coach, and he's ready to win. So all the stuff that I'm saying, and which is fall on deaf ears, I don't care, whatever. It is what it is. I'm a Frank fan. I believe his ship has sailed. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those that believe his ship has sailed. And everything I'm saying is probably worthless, because we have a coach that's looking to win, and he's not looking. He don't care about the necessary development of the guys that we aforementioned.
But the thing is that you could still bring Frank back. You're just not going to pay him for that money at the same time. Like, there's no reason to say that it's over. Like, you still have to be optimistic that he can still do things. That's the thing that you guys that frustrate me about. You guys don't think that they still can't stay. Like, they can stay. You just have to relax. Like I said, we just got here. We've gone from trash to mediocre.
Yeah,
you can't have it. Wait. You know when you complain this time next year, but the problem is free agency is weak this year. You're gonna have to see, because there is a process to this thing. Yeah, I hate the process. I want to win at the same time, but I still know we have young players like this. Like, you guys have to see the big picture.
But Hilton, if what you say is right,
if they were not invested in these cats, they would have been gone. And I think that there's something to that. I'm not the biggest Frank enthusiast in the world, but he's still here. Anybody who's still here, I feel like while they're here, there's hope. Because really and truly, I look at what Rose just flipped for just two. He flipped two guys we wasn't even playing for 2 second rounders. I'm sure he could get something for Frank and Knox if they didn't want them here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like let them cook. Let them cook in the background. The soup is working. It's working. Let them cook. They're the only two young guys who don't see the floor. For as much as cats talk about the young guys don't play.
Yeah, but Quickly's minutes have dropped.
So what? We winning.
You say so, but that's too.
We winning.
But see, hold on. Quickly's minutes have dropped. Quickly's minutes have dropped. Hold on, let me see. Let me get in.
I'm not saying the thing. It's 11 or 22 minutes. If we won the game, he was part of the recipe.
He went from 22 now to 11.
So what? Did we win the game?
But he's not playing. But remember, he's hurt by Rose at the same time, not playing. Like, he was firing off when Rose was here, and Rose had COVID. Like, think about it. He hasn't been right since Rose has COVID. So you have to also see at the same time, and he's also not hitting shots. And guess what? When you're not hitting shots, you need to sit for a little bit. Let somebody else do that.
Listen. Last game, Emmanuel Quickly went 5 for 7, 11 minutes. Did not see the court.
They won the game.
But you see, you guys contradict yourself. You said that he wasn't hitting his shots. He goes 5 for 7. Listen, he went 5 for 7. He was taken out. The point of the matter is that call a spade what a spade. Thibodeau
won the game.
Trust.
They won the game.
So what? Call a spade. What? He was playing. What is the spade?
11 minutes is not playing.
Who cares? The aim is to win the game.
They won the game.
So stop contradicting yourself. You are contradicting yourself.
You played.
You contradicted yourself. You said he's playing.
I said Frank and Knox is the only one who don't get minutes on the court. That's what I said. How did I contradict myself?
Okay, I'm confusing you with Hilton. Hilton said that Emmanuel Quickly wasn't hitting his shots.
Yes,
but
in
he
previous games
was hitting
before.
his shots. Huh?
But they won the game. Like he was 5 for 7 in the game. They only needed him for 11 minutes. Like Burks won the game, Bullock won the game, Randle won the game. The only person that started,
won the game. I get it.
They won the game.
Get the wins.
I get it. But here's the thing: Julius Randle played 42 minutes the last game, right? Leads. I don't know if he probably still does, but him and RJ were leading the league in minutes, right? Minutes played. To dispel them, you have to at least put some trust. And Tom,
yes, he does
Thibodeau,
not trust.
AKA,
he does not trust Obi. Yes, I do understand that. But but at the same time,
you mentioned Obi, who is an albatross. You know what I'm saying? Who's an albatross? I'm not an Obi fan anymore. I'm saying this.
Obi fan.
Thibs is he trusts the veteran. This was his MO since before us. You know what I'm saying? He's
but
playing
I'm still going to say, but see, there's still a contradiction. There's still a contradiction in what you're saying because he still plays quickly. Because he still plays quickly. So you
his
still
minutes have been cut.
But he still plays them. He still plays them. The point is, he still plays.
They still play. The only two kids that don't play is Frank and Knox. That's it.
And you know what? And the other kids that wasn't good enough, they not here no more, bro.
Exactly. They quickly traded all the trash, bro.
Right. That's what I'm trying to tell them. If they didn't value
give it
these
time,
kids,
let this joint bubble, let it cook.
Hey, so Hinton, that is your name, right?
Yes.
CP the artist been calling you Hilton for like an hour and a half.
Everybody's called me that all my life. It's cool.
Yeah, I was legit. I'm like, CP the artist keep calling him Hilton.
I'm sorry, Breezy. I'm sorry, Breezy.
Oh, okay, all right.
I love you, Breezy.
You see what I mean? It's so condescending. Like the egomaniacs are so condescending that they don't even notice.
I'm sorry, free knife.
Right. And so Hoodie Kev was so frustrated that y'all wouldn't let him talk that he bounced, right? And not realizing that it's not really good to talk through strep throat. But when you're egomaniac, it don't even matter. My man was like, they won't let me talk. Bro, you couldn't talk when you got here. He said, but anyway, I said all that to say this. I understand where CP the artist is coming from, right? I'm not saying that his line of thinking is crazy. What I'm saying is I don't agree. Right? I don't agree. But conversely, I think CP thinks that we're nuts because we don't think like him.
No,
right?
I didn't say that.
That's what it feels like. Because because in order for you to think about this. Hey, Ty Bobby, what's good? I see you, Ty Bobby. So what Hinton is saying is that we're making progress. We went from hot garbage to regular garbage. It's a process. We went from trash to okay, right? Nobody said we were going to go from 17 wins to hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy in one season, right? Nobody said that. And on top of that, there is nothing wrong with being mediocre when in the prior 20 years you were absolutely trash. It's all about perspective. It's like people that see the glass half empty are usually the ones on the bottom looking up at the top of the glass. They're like, this thing is half empty. But the people that see it as half full are on top looking down, and they're like, hey, this thing is half full.
You know what? I agree. And with that point, I sincerely do. Because I don't do anything mediocre. My house ain't mediocre. My girl ain't mediocre. She is a bad one.
Hey, she fine. She fine, bro. And that's just a compliment. I appreciate y'all got a good family thing going on.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's just like I'm just a high achiever. You know what I'm saying? And that's no diss to nobody, but it's just that I guess like when it comes to my personality, I don't care about like the praise or the admiration. Believe it or not, I always look at the criticisms of thinking how we could improve a product, how we could improve, our lives. You know what I'm saying? If I can make $100,000 a year, but my goal is to make $1 million in 5 years, I want to get to at least 800,000. You know what I'm saying? And so I guess my thing is that, and I'll end it because I don't want to keep arguing with these fellas because I want to be as optimistic as you is. My thing is like I wish we were just doing this a little bit with a young core because at least I could see a young core progressing every single year, getting better and better and better. All I see is veterans that's going to chip away. We won't have what we won't have ties.
I thought we were making a breakthrough.
No, listen.
You still have RJ and Quickly on the floor.
If your breakthrough is your breakthrough,
you still have Mitch playing.
Your breakthrough is to change my mind. That ain't gonna happen.
Your best player is.
Let me finish.
Your best player is 26. What are you talking about, veteran old guys?
Wait. Let me finish. We get contributions from Derrick Rose and Taj Gibson, right? Who are our oldest players. They're going to not be in our future plans, that we will have to replace them with something. I hope that that's Emmanuel Quickly, and I hope that's Obi. You know what I'm saying? Right. I hope those are the pieces that gives us that type of production and more in the future. But all I'm saying is that when we start cutting Obi's minutes, because they're not producing, I get it. How are we developing them? Because all I'm seeing is another Frank, and I'm seeing another Knox.
But your real development happens in the off season. So you're not even going to see that development until next season when they start playing games.
Man, I think I see it on the court. To be honest,
no,
with you.
You're not. I don't think you're not going to see it.
Point.
But you see it on the court after an off season, and the example given is Julius Randle.
That's a bad example. That's a bad example. That's a bad example.
That's a great example. Julius Randle.
He has 7 years.
And he's still developing because he got better from 6 to 7. But it's still 6 to 7 years. He still got better.
Right.
Like, so there's still a process.
Yeah, but you know what the Lakers did? They played him. And the Lakers went 8 years in playoff droughts. And the Lakers are a storied franchise like we are. And they got a second round Lonzo Ball 1 year. They got players that were they tanked. They were tanking for years. You know what I'm saying? But that's not acceptable to the average Knicks fan. It's not. So let's keep it real. You guys are impatient.
They got help. They got help in there taking from. They got help.
I'm the most patient person
out
here.
Yeah, they got a lot of help.
They got help in taking.
They got the number 2 pick 3 years in a row, bro.
Yeah, they jumped us twice. And
they tanked. Twice. They got a young doofus coach, Luke Walton. You know what I mean? He didn't know what the heck he was doing at that job. It was because of nepotism, because his daddy was Walton. You know what I'm saying? And he was on a team where he had Julius Randle. You had a young.
They had the deepest young core I ever seen in my life.
Exactly.
They had line. But how many championships did that young core win?
They thanks to that, I'm glad you said it, because when they traded them all, they ended up having a championship with AD, because those pieces they took and they traded for AD, and boom. I should drop the mic right now because I'm on my high horse.
CP, you dropped.
You made my point. I love you for that.
Oh, all right. So here's the sprinkles on top. They got LeBron before they got AD, bro. LeBron was winning LeBron James won championships in 2 other cities
and
before he got to LA. But before he got
playoff that year. And here's the thing about LeBron that you're missing too. LeBron kind of made that team, that underachieving team, a little bit more better, you know, and made their value go up. And that's when they got rid of them. What we're doing is we have these assets, right, that are not getting better.
CP, so when they were tanking, did they win the championship?
No.
Of course
thanks to their tanking, they won the championship because remember now.
Man, for the love of rice and gravy.
Listen.
CP, you sound like a 10th grade English teacher. No, listen. Hear my point. CP, what I'm saying is this. They had a core of, think about this. They had Jordan Clarkson, D'Angelo Russell, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Julius Randle, Larry Nance Jr., and Ivan Zubac as a young core, right? Mm-hmm. How many championships did they win with that?
You're missing
nothing.
They won one. They
did not win a championship.
No, they won one. No, listen to me.
They did not win it. They did not win a championship with that core.
They won one. Listen. They won one because they traded those pieces for.
No, that's not what was asked. You reframed the question.
I said
asked with that young core, how many championships did they win?
They won one. They technically won one because
no, they didn't technically win nothing because those players were in. Larry Nance Jr. was in Cleveland. Jordan Clarkson was in Utah.
You say this.
A lot of those other guys were in New Orleans. They did not win a championship as Lakers, bro.
They won a championship, the organization, due to trading those assets. You can't trade. You can't get
the question.
No, I'm not.
I'm about to ask the judge to treat you as a hostile witness. Your Honor, permission to treat the witness like a hostile witness, Your Honor.
CP,
are you going to Bobby Seals me? Are you going to Bobby Seals me?
Because I legit asked you how many.
You know what happened to Bobby Seals, right?
Bro, what I'm saying is that young core did not win a championship, and you're telling me the organization won one.
They took those young pieces to trade for Anthony Davis.
Stop it.
That gave them the championship. Without those pieces, they had nothing to trade.
Right. How many of those young pieces did they trade for LeBron James?
That was a free agent move. That was a free agency move.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the greatest player of all time signs with the organization, but you quickly whisk that away as if that point was not important.
I didn't say it wasn't important.
I'm asking for some help. Hey, Free Keith, can I have some help here? Because I need. What did that young core have to do with LeBron James?
See, like that. CP is that's my dude, but like he point shaving right now. Like
no, these are facts. This is history.
Right, I can't really like you. Kind of like you dancing a jig a little. Like no, he wasn't. They trading them for him did not ensure that they would win a championship.
Right.
So it wasn't them. It was the boots on the ground. The people who played the game won the chip.
No, you're missing the point. In order to get AD,
you're saying
they traded every single one of their young assets.
Exactly.
If LeBron James,
so first of all, that's not true.
Go.
First of all, that's not true because Kyle Kuzma was not traded, right?
Yeah, he wasn't.
Kyle Kuzma was not traded. So that's not entirely accurate.
Okay. Kyle Kuzma wasn't traded, but he was part of the package that was on the hook. But
Julius Randle was not re-signed.
Let me finish.
Julius Randle was finished. Okay, all right. Okay.
I never mentioned Julius Randle. I said the young pieces.
Wait a minute. He was a part of the young CP.
Wait a minute.
CP, you sound ridiculous right now, bro.
Sound like I'm making facts. Just because you don't want to.
You telling me LeBron James signed with the Lakers because they had Josh Hart? Are you serious right now?
He
signed with the Lakers because of the Lakers brand name, and he knew already that they was about to trade. That they were willing to trade all those young scrubs.
You're making my point, man. What are we arguing about?
What are you talking about?
CP,
No, but it wasn't because they were developed to any degree. They were using the trade.
Right. If I remember correctly, they
weren't particularly good. They were a lottery team. It wasn't like they traded good players. Like we could trade Frank and Nats now. Like, so what? It would be the same thing.
Free Keith, can I ask you a question? Now, doesn't Knicks fans want Lonzo Ball?
No.
And wasn't he part of that trade? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is Brandon Ingram an all-star? And a franchise player for the Pelicans right now?
Was he an all-star with the Lakers? Was he an all-star with the Lakers? Was he an all-star with the Lakers?
He was potential. He was potential.
People get better. So
both of y'all will have a parade if Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball was on the Knicks right now. So don't tell me that they weren't potential.
I like Lonzo. I don't really care.
So what are we talking about? The Lakers traded him for AD. That was value.
So what? Did the Lakers know that Randle would develop into what he's developed into now?
All right. You know what? You guys.
Dude, there's a time value to things. It's not like people are saying like, oh, such and such player won't get better. At least I don't. I'm not the guy like, Frank will never be a decent player or not so. No, I'm just saying like this is a business. So you have to actually weigh the amount of time you think it's going to take them, how much more time it's going to take versus where you are in that timeline.
Let me ask you something. Bitcoin. If you had Bitcoin when it was in its early stages, okay, and it was creating value, would you take it or not?
I don't know. I don't understand Bitcoin. So
you know the answer. You said yes, you would take it because right now it's $60,000.
I don't understand
per coin.
Bitcoin, bro.
Okay,
I don't understand what he's trying to. I don't understand it.
What I'm saying is that to have better players to trade for, you have to trade young assets. That's why draft picks are valuable. That's why when we traded Kristaps Porziņģis, we got not one.
CP, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you CP? CP, can I ask you CP? CP, can I ask you a question?
He called him Kristaps Porziņģis.
How many picks?
He was an asset.
Do you know how many picks the Knicks have till 2027?
What, 7?
Oh,
no.
7? Are you serious?
You know how many?
He said draft picks, not first round picks. He said draft picks.
You know how many? Do you know how many?
How many?
22.
You're bugging out. Like cats they want to be hoarders.
It doesn't matter. Huh?
So I'm just saying, like if they have assets, they can do what they want to do. Like so, it's not like just chill down and let the process go. Like I said, this is just year one.
Talk to these two bald-headed dudes about that because those assets ain't important. Those assets ain't important.
What do you mean they weren't important? We got them for hours.
Because you just said
we can afford to wait. We can afford to wait and kick the tires on Frank. We can afford to wait and kick the tires on Knox. We can afford to wait and kick the tires on Obi. Why? Because we got tons of other assets. We're in a good place, man. Let it cook. Just let it cook. See what they got under their sleeve. Like it's been working. Why? This is not where we're going to end up, but it's a good place in the framework of progress.
CP, that we're actually in a place that you really want to be. We're in the development stage. Like it's just it's the process. You understand? Like we just
bro, we're in a good part of the process.
But we're not good enough to win
development. I don't see the development.
That's wanting us to go from the lottery, the lowest of the lottery, straight to the chip. That's where we're gonna be. Relax, yo. It's road in between there. This is destination. I mean, this is journey time.
Right. So here, let me ask you this. How does a tankster wankster like CP the artist say I want to tank and build for the future when the franchise is stacking up assets, looking to build for the future, and then him not agree? What am I missing?
CP just wants to be the smartest guy in the room and go through his process of winning it.
Well.
I've been the smartest guy in the room.
I was just about to say that. So first of all, CP the artist is always the smartest person in the room. We got to make sure that we call your Royal Majesty, Your Highness. You know what I'm saying? We got to call it for what it is. CP the artist is the greatest thinker in the Knicks universe.
You're gonna make me hated, man.
No, I'm serious. CP the artist is the greatest thinker in the Knicks universe, and it's a shame that we can't think on his level. But God only blesses a few with that type of intellect.
You keep on making me Public Enemy #1. That's what
No. Flavor Flav is the son. Public Enemy #1.
I gotta give a shout out, right? I gotta give a shout out to.
Hey, don't shout out Joe Budden on this joint. Don't shout out Joe Budden on this joint.
Yeah, especially if you're not gonna make an appearance. Gotta get him an appearance. He's a Knicks fan too.
I like Joe Budden. Me and Joe Budden from the same place. We from the same place, and I know CP the artist is like gonna be like, yo. You know what I'm saying? You know, but
it could probably help the algorithm if you think about it.
Well, yeah, probably.
So can I finish?
Yeah, sure.
Joe Budden had an amazing interview today with the Godfather of toxicity.
With Kevin
Samuels.
Yeah,
man. Did you hear it?
No, I'm gonna check for it. I'm gonna check for it after this.
I guess that got me like. You know what I'm saying? In my bag today, man. But that was a great one. That was a great one.
Yo, so I didn't know you were gonna shout out Joe Budden. I honestly didn't. I just threw something random out there, but whatever. So, hey, so I gotta wrap up here, man. I'm gonna go get me some lunch. I gotta go pick up my glasses from the eye doctor. You know what I'm saying, and do some run some other errands and stuff. Free Keith, yo, I'm gonna send you the Knicks freestyle joint from Zoom. I'm gonna send it to you. I'll probably do a Google Drive, the same one we did last time, so you can check it out. RC Creative, thank you for your excellent work. CP the artist, bro.
Yeah.
CP the artist. Hey, listen, man. I know we rag each other, but yo, man, your work has been phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal. Phenomenal, bro. I'm talking about phenomenal. You see how different we look on social media after your branding?
Yes, I do. I have.
Yo,
you're looking nice. You're doing good with it. You're doing really good with it.
The channel is growing, and so I think people think subscribers are the only way that you grow. That is not the only way you grow a channel, bro. We are growing not upward but exponentially in all directions. All directions. Like since we've been on, the online mall has been popping. People buying swag at the store. You know what I'm saying? People are subscribing to the channel. I think we got subs. We also on social media. I think we finally crossed 400 followers on social media. So man, listen. Thanks to your work. You know what I'm saying? The channel is growing. In a bunch of different directions.
Thanks to your work, man. This is all you guys. It's all Free Keith. It's Kev, Hoodie Kev. It's everybody. You know,
Blorange family, bro.
Yeah, it's the Blorange family. All I did was put an aesthetic to it. It's you guys that, you know, you do the hard work. Y'all are here, like, you know, behind the scenes and doing what you're doing. I mean, look, I just put an aesthetic. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a pretty good looking aesthetic. You know what I'm saying? Because we went from all of a sudden just like a random joint, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of other random joints, to people legit hitting me up, wanting to come on the joint and wanting to talk, and not just wanting to come on the joint, but like wanting to, like, you know, be regular guests on the joint. So yeah. So we got. I think we're gonna have the entertainer talking sports come on within the next few days. So shout out to Jonathan Macri and Knicks Film School for coming on earlier. The dude come and he fit right in. My only regret is that Cornerstone Kev was fanboy some.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He was a little bit fanboy for my liking.
Yeah, hey, and Cornerstone Kev, you know we gonna rag you for that. So Cornerstone Kev, we gonna rag you for that for a little while.
A little groupie-ish.
Yeah, he had stars in his eyes. You know what I'm saying? But thanks for everybody that came through with.
Drop the intro for Chop before he get a heart attack.
Before he fall out. Chop like, yo, the intro was fire, son. Yeah, I got you. It is fire. Hey, you got something. You got something you want to say to the masses before we get out of here, bro?
Oh, nah, just shout out to all of y'all. You know, just thank you for letting me in. You know, shout out to the chat. You know, it's always good discussion talking about the Knicks. So, you know, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun for me. You know, I got a business I got going on, but I don't want to really talk about it too much till I get the website going. But it is what it is. You know, you'll see me soon.
Good shit. Hey, bro, when you get up, you know.
Oh, nah, yeah, you know, it'll be what it is. You know, I'm always gonna be here, you know what I'm saying, forever. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. I'm always dip and dodge, and I'm still coming every once in a while, you know, when I got the time, and you know, say what's up.
Right. And you gotta let us know what it is, man. Come on and plug. That's what we do. That's what we gotta do in order for. But hey, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you everybody for coming through. Congratulations to the swag winners. Today, make sure y'all go check out the online mall to get your Blorange Tears swag. CP the artist hit us up with some man love. It's crazy. It's crazy. And maybe CP the artist, maybe one day this right here can be Joe Budden or I Am Athlete. Maybe one day. We'll see. We'll see. Everybody got to start from somewhere, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, man. I'll holler at y'all later.